Test, test.
Test, test. Oh, yeah, baby.
We are getting good at this.
We are live.
We are live
In a couple days.
In a couple
when Andrew
days.
decides to upload it.
No,
he's not busy.
it's a long weekend. I'll do it tomorrow.
Okay. Promise?
Promise.
Okay, you heard it here, folks.
Pinky promise is sacred to all
Yeah.
people except for Shelby.
Except for Shelby.
She broke one to me once.
Did she?
Yeah, and I've never let her live it down.
Oh, a pinky promise
As
broken.
you can tell from the glare.
I've broken a pinky promise.
She re-earned the trust.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah, you feel bad. You feel bad when you break a pinky promise.
I know.
Like in your soul.
Like, imagine if you broke a pinky promise to like a child.
Yeah.
That would just be the worst.
Yeah, like if you told him you're bringing him ice cream,
Yeah,
pinky
exactly.
promised,
And then
you
you
show up
didn't.
with no ice cream. That's penalty box material right there.
Yeah, that's some bad stuff right
No,
there.
don't do it again.
So, yep, don't do that again. But
Yeah,
we
I've
are
learned a lesson.
live with episode 9?
9. Yeah, we forgot to check. But
Episode 9. Forgot to
you're
check
quick
today.
with that. We got us a nice cold kokanee.
Yes, and we have a beverage that Mr. Garrett has said tastes like blue. This is the Pepsi Electric Zesty
So that sounded
Citrus.
like a challenge, I guess.
I don't know.
You said whatever.
Tastes like blue. So
Garrett's
we're
a
going to
little
try
bit-
this.
Garrett's a little retarded,
I've had this. Yes.
Garrett's Garrett. Do it. Oh man, that sounds refreshing.
I must be satisfied.
That sounds
Give it a
refreshing.
try and tell
I
me
get
if
the
that tastes
it's
like
definitely
I've
blue
already
in
had
color.
one. I've had one.
And
I'll let you decide.
it's like wine. You got to smell it.
Yep. Swizzle it around.
Well, I don't know why they'd call it Pepsi.
Tastes like blue.
Tastes like blue.
Tastes like blue. It's not bad.
Like it doesn't taste like Pepsi.
It's not Pepsi.
No.
I don't know why they would put the Pepsi.
It's like
brand on
they
it.
might as well just put a blue Pepsi product
Yeah.
made by Pepsi.
Made by Pepsi.
No similarity to
I think
Pepsi.
it's a cool can. But
Yeah.
I like them. Reminds
Yeah.
me of
Hold on, let me see here.
chocolate.
This one's better.
That one tastes like crisp mountain
That one
ranges.
Tastes like sunshine.
Sunshine and rainbows.
Sunshine and mountain ranges. Yeah.
Yeah, got a lot of sunshine.
I remember when Kokanee came out. I was a young man. You weren't even born. So.
Yeah, no. I'm just on that cusp of remembering the Kokanee Ranger commercials.
Yeah.
And
Those are good commercials.
they were great commercials. Commercials have just gone downhill now.
They have.
They just suck.
They reach.
Also, did you
The
watch
lay
the
it on
game
the
last
line.
night?
The lay it on the line commercial.
Well, there's that, but also, what is with all the commercials cutting? Have you noticed that? So it'll start a commercial, it'll play 2 seconds, and then cut to the next commercial on
or
Sportsnet.
restart. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like a commercial. They'll play a commercial and then bang, they're playing it again. I'm like,
Yeah. No,
wait till the next ice cream.
Honestly, I'm a little relieved the Jets are out because now I don't have to watch those commercials.
That's true. Yep,
But
I agree with you.
yeah, heartbreaker of a night. But listen, I don't have to
Heartbreaker.
watch the commercials, so I'm happy.
Poor Scheif.
Poor Scheif. Couldn't have.
He got the goal, and I'm like, it's destiny.
I
has
almost
to
would
be.
have preferred if they'd called a penalty shot because Hellebuck was so on last
Yeah.
night.
I agree.
I think because it was Steele. I got that one lucky bar down shot. He was the other goal scorer, but I mean, like,
He wasn't scoring.
9 times out of 10, I'll take Hellebuck on a penalty shot with that guy. So
Yeah, most of those goalies are so good that one-on-one they're good. Like they'll get the breakaway save. You're scoring on them when you're making a move.
Yeah.
You're back and forth across the ice. That's when you're
Yeah,
scoring.
you got a
Or
bunch of
deflections, trash in front of the net.
Yeah.
The one-on-ones there, I don't worry about that. It actually gets boring watching a shootout with two good goaltenders because you're like, wow, we're going to be here for 20 rounds.
Yeah, unless you got, since Fleury retired, all of his best hits been going around, and they got that clip of him tripping Bedard up and then tapping him on the shin pads. I don't know who the next guy was, but he tripped him too, so he just throws 2 guys past his net.
Yeah.
I like Fleury. He was good stuff, but enough hockey, because before it escapes your mind, we should go over Tolstoi.
Tolstoi, let's do it.
I had to work, couldn't be there, unfortunately, but Gord had a fun day of reffing, and
Yeah.
a lot better weather than last year.
Yeah, no, it was beautiful weather.
I know last year we were
sunshine, we got a little
doing-
sunburn after. Some people
Yeah.
did anyway. I didn't get a sunburn. I had the tarp off there at the end there.
Oh, there you go.
We had a couple of beers on the deck behind Elsie's there. It was
Nice.
It was fun. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, no, last year there was definitely no sunshine beers.
No.
I
And the year
was-
before was sunshine beers. It was balls out hot, 39. the
So
year
chances
before, so
are next year
just don't do
it's
it
going
next
to
year.
pour.
Just kidding. Always do it.
Well, no, hey, that could be to Tyler, though. Tyler, find a different location. And
Yeah.
then we'll go back to Tolstoi in 2027.
That's right. Every other year.
Just get the sunshine. I think that's the way to do it.
That's how it goes.
But yeah, you were saying it was a good competition. I know
Yeah.
I had some limited feedback from a couple of my guys. I had 2 athletes on the U120 podium. Blaine pulled together a good day, and then Tyler didn't have the day he wanted, but he did fly in from the Yukon the day and a half before.
Poor guy learned about lineups, though.
Yes, we'll get to that. And then Ryder startled me because I asked him, well, how'd you do? And he goes, I won. And I'd registered him as 105. So I said to Tyler, I'm like, hey, like, what's going on? He goes, well, like, you can just compete as 105, and he's the only one, so we'll just qualify him. So he goes, I won. I'm like, you won the 105? Like, what?
And it's Ryder, so that's literally all he said. And probably didn't answer you after that.
He didn't answer for a while. And he's like, no, teen. And I'm like, what are you talking about? And it turns out there was another teen who had been at the...
what was his name? James
The novice show, James Weary, who... Some of the Iron Image folks had dubbed him the Nega Rider, the negative rider, whatever, because he kind of looks like Ryder, with the Pit Vipers on. And so he's Ryder's opposite there. But so they had a fun.
Well, at least he
battle,
got pushed too, because he usually, like the novice show, he walks in and just throws weights around. And
well, he did
wins
that
and
last year
whatever.
too, and I'm like, I told him, I was like, hey, like, you're strong and you should actually challenge yourself, right? Like, I
think them getting in at the U80 was. Well, you look at the
they were good weights.
There,
I mean, if we're
4 reps
looking
on the 2 on the axle, he got 2. Ascending deadlift, they got, what did he get, 5 reps?
Ryder got 5 reps, so I think that brings him up to.
Can you turn that a little bit?
Yeah, of course. I'm not sure where that actually brings him to on the weight. I don't know what the starting point was here.
Well, we had some weird jumps. I think we didn't quite start with what was recommended. We were 10 pounds short because we didn't have 200-pound plates, and then we didn't have enough 25-pound plates, so we just jumped 30. I thought it was going to be worse than it was, but it turned out to be nice jumps, 30-pound jumps. We hit 3 30-pound jumps, then added a 10, and then it was max weight for reps after that. So it actually worked out well. I thought 50-pound jumps, we might not have got max weight on many. We only hit max weight a few times, so throughout the day.
Well, it's really good then.
Yep.
So I mean, they had a nice battle all day. I mean,
Ryder's a sandbag thrower, 40-pound sandbag over. Oh, that was a 13-foot bar still, but that's a good bag.
He's a good thrower. He's never thrown.
No.
I
helped him there a little bit there.
Yeah, I kind of pseudo-taught him a power snatch.
Yeah.
And kind of that was the way I was doing it. I do want to get some throwing bags in Iron Image, especially now that it's nice outside.
Yeah.
Maybe put in an Alibaba order.
Yeah.
Anyone listening, if you want in on an Alibaba order, let us know. More the merrier.
Yep.
So,
Denier and Carey, what did they both get?
30 feet and 17. I knew Ryder was having trouble with it. I had to kind of correct. Because Michelle was having trouble with it at the gym, so I kind of gave her a couple pointers because she was kind of kicking them forward and letting it go. I said, no, you got to ride the calves.
Yeah. And
so that seemed to help her. We'll get to that later. It did help her.
It helped her a little bit.
And I kind of showed it to Ryder, and he's like, oh, well, this is what I was doing. He was literally like kicking it forward and then catching up to it. And I'm like, if you do that, I will kill you. Like, if the torn meniscus doesn't get you, I'll kill you myself.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
once you got a torn meniscus and can't run away, I will kill you.
We fixed that. He did good. I know
Haviland medley was pretty fun.
It's just a painful thing for them. And then the Haviland medley, I know it didn't go the way he wanted it to.
Did he? I can't remember if he got the both in one run or did he do them
I think he did both in one run.
Yeah.
Which apparently ended up not being the tactic for a lot of people.
They pulled out and I'm pretty good at thinking everything. And I thought about the Haviland medley and how to do it and blah, blah, blah. And we tossed around ideas when we were training. Michelle was training it or whatever. And I didn't have a lot of input, and I'm like, oh, whatever. It's a suitcase carry and a sandbag if you really broke it down. Yeah. Well, they were duck walking the farmer, and that was the answer. Duck walking, they were so fast with that duck walk, they were falling face first over the end. But they were
okay, and this is what I'm trying to convince. So they were duck walking it with the sandbag on their shoulder.
Ran the sandbag, come back and duck walk the farmer. One duck walk farmer in between your legs.
Interesting.
Yeah.
But see, to me,
it made no sense. And the first person I saw, I'm like, what is that?
What I will say,
whoa, it works.
And whoever thought up the technique, this is not an attack on you. It's within the rules. In my mind, Tom Haviland would be disappointed.
Yeah, because that's not the Haviland.
It's the Haviland medley.
Yeah.
It's in his name.
It literally
carry
is
them
a
at
hack.
the same time.
Yeah. And if he had it again, I would say make that not a rule.
I would go so far as to say, whoever did that, you Mitch Hoopered the Brian Shaw squat out of that event.
You're Ryan Deloli the car squat to Devin.
So
You found a way.
good job, well done, good thinking.
Iron
But,
Age. Sorry.
I think that event, if that event happens in the future, I think it needs to stay a little truer to form.
Yep.
I do
One-handed
think so.
suitcase carry.
One-handed
Because it
suitcase
was light
carry.
enough. It was light enough to suitcase carry.
It was. Now I know some of the athletes.
But I mean, hey, if you
had-
can't suitcase carry it, then you have to. You have to
you have to get
improvise,
around
right?
with it, right?
If you're not strong enough, that's okay. We don't mind if you duck walk something you're not strong enough to suitcase carry.
You're feisty today.
I'm a little saucy. Okay, I'm a little saucy.
Yeah, and that's. I think it. I don't know. Like I said, it's just my personal opinion. Whatever. Hey, you know what? It's within the rules. Do what's
Yep.
in the rules. I'm never going to say don't do that. But I would have liked to have seen that be a little bit more true to form.
Yep.
Given that the name is the Haviland Medley.
Yep.
I don't know what's going on here.
What did you do?
I don't know.
Oh well.
Okay, whatever. I'll deal with this. As
But
we
yeah,
go.
no, Ryder had a great day. Represented the
yeah.
Iron Image crew very well.
Very well. And you know what? Honestly, the Iron Image crew had a good showing. I
yeah.
mean, we had Ryder in first. We had Mr. Tyler Vidal.
Yep. Honorary Iron Imager.
Well, you know what? We'd talked to him about it, and I said, well, where do you want to compete? Because he wants to go to nationals. He wants to try to qualify. And I was like, the easiest spot would be Northern BC. And I know that people there run good shows.
Right.
He's like, honestly, I'd rather just come back and see people. So he flew from the Yukon, where he has more equipment than you would expect because he picked some stuff up on the way out. Stopped at Bells of Steel, Strong Arm in Calgary there. Picked up some stuff, bought a log off James Jeffers on the way out. And I sent him out with that crappy old yoke that I had.
Oh,
It's actually a really good yoke. It's just
Yeah.
kind of rickety and it's
You're
rusted.
too cool for it now.
It's just, I actually don't know what it weighs.
Oh yeah.
So he's
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
how do I weigh this thing? I'm like, tractor scale? I don't know.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
it's heavy. Like, whatever, just train it. Or I guess if you
$29.99
really,
Amazon scale. Yep.
well, if you really wanted to, you could always just measure the pipe diameter and then
Yeah.
give you a pretty
Or
good
just throw
idea,
it on
but-
your bathroom scale. It can't be. Once you break it down, it's not one piece.
No.
You can break it down, so you can weigh the pieces
It's pretty
individually.
huge. I don't know if a bathroom scale or anything.
Well, if it's over 3, it can't be 600 pounds empty.
No.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
it,
if you
it might be.
2 pieces, 300
pretty- it's
pounds.
pretty heavy.
Yeah.
It's pretty heavy.
That's where that scale's nice. That hanging
is nice
scale,
to
you can
have.
just whatever wheel it over, we rig it up.
Yeah. But so he's got more stuff than you'd expect, but again, like he hadn't, the sandbag that he made was basically duct tape.
And he didn't know how what it doesn't know
Yeah.
heights and stuff like that. I
It
don't
doesn't
think.
have the same thing. It doesn't have the
Yeah.
heights. It doesn't.
And it was like
flip the same
55
way.
pounds.
Yeah, and I was trying to explain to him.
That's a
I was
little too
like-
heavy for a guy who's never thrown a bag.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to explain to him.
That's an
is I'm
elite
like,
level
you
bag.
need to like have a way to swing it. I mean, it's the best you could do.
For him, a
and
training bag would be, I would say, 35 pounds.
I think so. But again, ingenuity, can't really fault it. He did a good job with it.
He looked a lot bigger than before.
He's
Like thick. I
He
don't
so
know,
he
just-
gained quite a bit of weight going out there.
Yeah.
Just 'cause, like you move out there and you're rigging
Yeah,
the house
yeah.
and stuff. We went back down to 120. So I mean, he's about where he was when he left. Now. I
Okay.
think a little
Did he
bit
cut to
heavier.
260? What is it?
He cut to
267?
264.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. But
Yep. Because he filled back up. Like he looked
Well,
big. Like he looked like the biggest guy there for
Oh,
sure.
yeah. But I also don't know what exactly happened with his scale because when he flew out, he was 273.
Yep.
Or something like that. I think he weighed in at like 254.
54?
Yeah. So I don't know if he just like, there's no way he lost 10 pounds in flight. And I'm like, either your scale was wrong or it's on uneven surface. 'Cause
off,
I don't
yeah.
think Tyler's scale's wrong.
No. I don't know.
So I have no idea. But
My old scale, I had it dialed in pretty good. It was within 2 pounds. So I knew if I was good on my scale, I'd be 2 pounds light on the calibrated scale. So
Yeah,
that
mine's about
was
the same
like,
way.
once I've learned the scale, and then of course the scale broke. So
you got to relearn it.
yes, so now I got a new scale to dial in.
Yeah, come
I might as well I want to just get a calibrated scale.
They're not cheap.
Amazon, they're like $60.
It's still not cheap.
No.
Compared to
Yeah.
$20 Walmart
It's
scale.
better than missing a weight cut.
That's also true.
Yeah.
Can't
Some of
fool
us have to do that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
some of you. Not me. That's nice. But yeah, no, really good. I know Garrett had his triumphant return to 80 kilos.
Well, who else did we have from Iron Image?
We got to the woman after. Just go,
Oh, okay.
Just so I don't have
Start
to
with
flip,
that.
yeah, so I don't have to
Yeah,
flip back and
yeah,
forth.
no, that's fine.
But yeah, Garrett, good weight cut. He's had
Yeah.
easiest one he's had.
It still sucks, but
He's very skinny, but did what he wanted to do.
yeah, three reps on the 200 axle.
Yeah, a 30
Descending
pound, 30
deadlift,
pound,
he-
30
he-
pound sandbag. He was out thrown by a 18-year-old. Okay. But
His sandbag or his ascending deadlift was good. He was pounding out reps. He had more in the
yeah,
tank too.
no, his deadlift looked really
He's a
good.
good deadlifter.
Denny rings.
Denny rings 31 feet was
Seems to be about the average, I'd say, for everybody. So also he didn't have to get nearly that much, to win.
Yeah, I like that he pushed himself a little farther because he already knew that he only had to go the 9 feet, and he still wanted to. That's how you do get better as an athlete, is not necessarily stopping when you can.
Yeah.
Stop when you're done.
And then what I was curious about, though, is he lost a point here.
He did lose a point.
So what happened to him on the Haviland medley? Do you remember?
I don't. I'd have to rewatch it. Weird. I think he lost the sandbag halfway.
Oh, okay. That was no way Garrett should have lost.
Yeah, no, he wasn't.
And no disrespect to the other guy here. I don't know who he is.
Oh, he pulled it out. That's a fast run.
That is a fast run. But yeah, because he was from the novice competition, right?
Jeff, yeah.
So great for him.
Good for him.
Awesome to see him come out.
Oh, yeah.
After the novice show. I don't know how much carryover there was.
No. Hopefully he's listening. Did a great job.
Yeah, fantastic work. Going to the U90s, I know Evan, he was the guy who came from Alberta. He moved.
Yeah.
And he was
on a different level.
He's very strong. Yeah. I remember seeing him with his axle when he first came in, and I was like, okay, this guy's...
Olympic lifter, yeah.
Yeah, he's a strong dude, good background. And he just steamrolled it. Wasn't even close.
Yeah. He had 9 reps on the axle. The closest was 2, and the other 3 guys zeroed.
Yeah, that's insane.
Yeah, Ryan's not. He's not an axle presser. He doesn't like that event anyway. So
yeah,
Dan
still always staying skinny in the U90.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The ascending deadlift.
Good sandbag thrower. No surprise, the Olympic background.
No, still always good sandbag thrower too. He had 35 over 15.
Yeah, that's really good.
Yep.
And then
the Denny ring,
lightning fast on the Haviland medley, which tells me he did it the way it was intended to be done. But actually, that was really fast from that whole group. They were pretty quick.
Yeah.
All sub 40 seconds, so that's really good.
And then that shows you the Denny ring carries a lot different than a regular farmer carry, right? Because Deloli lost to him, so it's not about grip.
And Deloli's grip is should not. He just doesn't hate himself enough.
He doesn't hate himself enough. Yeah, it doesn't hate his hands.
Well, it's kind of a joke that I've been running, but it's like it's true.
Yeah,
it's true. Like you just kind of.
I do not want to try it. I just don't. I have no interest in buying them. I will never own them.
You don't want to try my set?
No,
just for fun.
I'm good.
Devin was good at it.
Devin sucks anyway.
He's busy with his goats.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was actually a. But again, though, if you take away Evan, that's a competitive class.
Oh yeah. Yep. Boone was good.
Yeah,
that's around a little bit there. Yeah. And Ruben is new. Ruben was good.
Yeah. Is he from the novice show as well?
I believe so. We had those fancy green glasses.
Ooh.
He was putting on a clinic on style. Yeah.
What a guy.
If there was an event that had style,
it was him.
Winner of the day. No question.
I'll have to maybe add that in. Get some fun going.
Yeah, and then Dane came out of Winkler. Out of
Ryan's gym there.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, that's nice to see some new faces. I believe he did the novice show too. I don't recognize him from last year. Sorry if he did compete, but I believe he was just novice in this show. So hopefully he comes out again.
There's only so many people you can meet and remember.
Oh yeah,
like really and truly. There's only so many people you can meet and remember. Yeah. So it's hard to. It's not personal.
No. I'm trying to learn 10, 15 people. They're trying to learn one. You know what I mean? It's a different story. And then the 105s.
105s.
We had Martin cut down to 105.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's looking slim and trim and fast.
He's a shell. A shell of what he once was. I hugged him today, and I'm just like, where'd you go?
Yeah, he came out to Iron Image and trained with us today.
We had a good crew today. He's looking good. He's looking healthy.
Yeah. And then he was going around a 15K after.
Yeah, it's Tyler.
I'm having a beer. Thinking about you there.
Get your guys in check. 15 kilometers. What's going on there?
It's Schwint. You guys got to get Schwint out of that gym.
Yeah.
He's encouraging people to be athletic.
But you know what? Thrones was a track runner.
Yeah.
Thrones was a track
But you don't
star.
see Thrones running 15K now, do you?
No, not anymore.
No.
We were comparing 5K times, and he was fast. He was fast.
I don't. He's built for speed.
Back in the day.
Yeah. He's lean.
But Martin was saying the weight cut did screw with him pretty hard.
Well, he weighed himself at, like he was telling us today, he weighed himself at home. He was good. Goes to weigh in, 2 kgs over. 2 kgs is a lot.
That's a lot of weight.
That's a lot, yeah. So, that's not like usually you go in, you're like, I'm half a kg. 2.
That's a big
take that scale and throw it in the trash.
Well, or at least just mark down that you're 2 kg heavy. But
just
that's a rough go.
Learning a scale is a big deal.
Well, I feel bad for him because I know he can press that axle.
Oh yeah.
It's just...
Well, it's hard with body weight loss too, right?
That's the thing.
Just because you could do it 30 pounds heavier doesn't necessarily mean you can do it. Well, look at Garrett. Garrett's a wicked good axle presser at 105. Then you take him down to U80, Well, the top end numbers fall right off. They do.
Yeah.
But he knows that, and he knows that his weights at U80 are competitive with U80.
Yeah.
They're maybe not competitive with 105s, but he can go back up to 105 fast enough.
I would contest that.
What do you mean?
I think he'd be plenty competitive at 105 if he just stayed at 105.
Well, if he stayed at 105.
Yeah, he just built at
No,
105.
I'm saying if he tried to do 105 weights at 80 kg.
Oh, no.
No. Yeah.
No. It reflects the body weight, but
He'll probably blow me up in my comments after, but
more than likely.
That's okay.
A bunch of shirtless pictures.
he can do chin-ups like a motherfucker now, though.
He moves.
I can do, yeah.
But no, I know Martin wasn't the day he wanted, but I know
I'm proud of him for sticking to the weight cut though and getting that. He got the 2 kgs off.
He did.
And weighed in. That is
insanity.
a lot of people. I've seen people weigh in and be like, "Oh, I'm a kg over. Screw it, I'm going heavier."
You know what?
And
I feel like
still have a terrible time.
a lot of people in Manitoba, we obviously all love Martin, and
Yeah.
everyone's always talking up about Martin. But it's usually about his personality. I gotta say, he's a competitor.
Oh yeah.
Like if he tells you he's going to do something,
Yep.
he's doing it.
Yep.
And I think a lot of people, he's just such a nice guy
Yep.
that it's overlooked. But like he is a competitor to the bone.
Yep.
And he tells me he's going to come in a lot stronger for Strong Mania.
Yep.
And I believe him. I think I could see him doing very well at that show.
Yep.
I know Clint Grad had a little scared everybody, decided to fall over, and
seems like he's okay there. I texted
seems
him
like he's
after,
fine
so-
now. Yeah, so
hopefully
they're gonna
he's
take it off
okay.
in an ambulance or something like that. Again, I
Yeah.
wasn't
Where
there,
did he
just,
finish?
Sixth.
Just because of that half
so,
medal, he couldn't finish it, so then you lose all your points.
Lose
He
all
was
your
doing good
points
throughout
there.
the day, though.
Yeah, but not that point's not too bad.
Yeah. Then you had Jesse just kind of.
Yeah, well, Jesse decided to go and take a year off and
Yeah.
get strong and stuff.
He didn't run
and,
away with it though. Like once the press,
No.
the clean and press, whatever. That's nobody's touching Jesse in a clean and press.
No,
I don't care.
he's-
I almost don't care what weight class you're in.
I would honestly go so far as to say Jesse needs to just let the clean and press take a back seat and do the other stuff more.
Oh yeah, for sure.
He's,
Yeah.
he's always doing it.
But he loves. But he's got some big numbers he's chasing for that.
Well, that's the
so-
thing. He's got some big numbers, but it's like
and he's very goal oriented. So
he is. I just think, hey, like, where did he lose? Where did he lose points here?
his deadlift didn't go the way he wanted it to.
His deadlift though, he got 4.5 points, so he got some decent points.
Three reps. The winner was 4. That Randy Lowen, he came out of nowhere kind of too.
Sandbag throw,
Darcy
not bad. Again,
Darcy
I would
was
expect his sandbag to be. He must have just
Yeah.
missed the 40. I'd expect his
Yeah.
sandbag to be better.
Yeah.
With that Olympic background.
And that Randy guy could throw a bag.
Wonder if he,
45-pound bag over 15 feet.
And then he actually won the medley. So I don't know.
He did very well. He was practicing that medley. He had that thing down
Yeah.
to seconds. Yeah.
So I mean, again, I know it comes down to his deadlift, but it's like, hey, if you're blowing guys out of the water, and I know he is a national level. He could go to nationals and win the press
Oh yeah.
with his numbers now.
Yep.
I think if he wants
He's
to
a
be
good
better
loader.
strong
He's a
man,
good presser.
take a step back. You got to drill that deadlift, man.
Yeah.
You
His deadlift was looking good in prep.
It's gotten a lot better.
Yeah,
You
he's in the
just got to
sixes.
keep going.
Yeah.
So
And I know that lane didn't hit. I don't know if they hit 600, but
I don't think so.
I can't remember what their jumps
definitely
were.
didn't run away with it, but he had a very good day.
yep, he hung in there for the win.
Yeah, and then we had
Chris
Darcy.
Weeb was
Then we had Darcy.
Darcy,
Real
buddy
quick.
Darcy.
Because he was new.
Yeah,
right?
he did the novice show. That's the guy that I was trying to sell the log to,
Yeah, yeah.
and just whatever.
And then he
jumped
comes in at 26 and a half points, point
Yeah.
and a half behind
He was
Jesse
close, yeah.
in his second ever show.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Well, he's just a lean, mean machine.
Oh yeah, he's stupid
Bodybuilding
jacked.
background, like
Yeah.
a Pat. You know what I mean? Comes in jacked and just has never trained his muscles to express maximum strength. You know what I mean? So for me, I'm like a kid in a candy store with this guy. I'm like, hey, we gotta get to a couple of things here, and these numbers are gonna go bonkers. Like,
Oh yeah, he's gonna be real strong.
yeah,
when he
because he's
figures all
not
that out.
like he doesn't know the movements. Like the clean and press there, he came out here one day and we drilled a few things there, and he was missing the 240, missing the 240, missing the 240. Then he came here, we played, bang, hit it, and then he hit it in comp. So that's
Sometimes
big,
it's just technique stuff,
Yeah.
right? So
yeah, it's just a line. So many people on the axle clean and press. If you guys want to get better at axle clean and press, don't put your heads through. They're all sitting here like this on the top, trying to press the last bit out with their delts. You're not getting it. You have to watch it till you're done. Watch it till you're done, then head through. There's so many people. Everybody stopped right here.
well, everyone's trying to be Lucas Haddon, but you don't have the leg drive for it, right?
You have
if you're
to throw
Lucas
it.
Haddon, you're
It has to make it all the way.
and it's already still
Yeah.
moving, and it's there. Then you pop through.
Yeah, then it's an Olympic
But
lift like
then
a Jesse.
it's-
Jesse can throw it, snap under it. He doesn't have to push press it. And if you're push pressing, then you push press. Head back,
Yeah.
press it. Don't get your head under it and then fight here and it's going all over the place because your
Yeah.
shoulders, they're just not built for 250 pounds.
You either have to figure out your timing to the point where your leg drive does drive it up, or look at it,
or
right?
figure out, try some different things.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's not the same for everyone. Not every lift looks the same for every person's body type. If you have shoulder mobility issues, well, it's going to look different. Yeah. And you just have to accept that, then roll with that the way it is. But yeah, no, Darcy had he had the one random Haviland medley carry. He carried his sandbag, and then he come back for the farmer, and they were doing the duck walk thing. They were doing the suitcase thing. Well, he grabs it in a high pick on his chest like this, upright rows it, and takes off with this thing. I'm like, I don't know what's happening, but that guy's fast.
Well, that's kind of genius though too, because now his legs can just
were
move.
free. They're not banging on the weight, right?
That's pretty clever, actually. Good for him.
I liked it. Yep. Well, he was watching, and a good competitor watches. You're sitting back, you're seeing the guys ahead of you. Okay, what's working, what's not working, what's working, what's not working.
That's something you can't teach.
No.
And I don't know where that would really benefit you in bodybuilding, to be honest. Unless
I don't think it would.
I can't really think of much. Unless maybe if you're like watching a guy and you're like, oh, that guy's got a weak point, I'm gonna show that my part's better than his or something. That's all I can think of.
That could be, yeah.
By the way, he's got a competitor's eye, and I think if he wants to stick with it, he's gonna do really, really well this year.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Carter, I don't know.
Carter's out of Winkler too. He was young. Last year, he competed with me. I did that 120 show in Tolstoi last year, and he was good.
Oh,
he was,
Carter. Yes.
he was
I know
much
who he
better
is.
this
Okay.
year. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, he's got a good
obviously
deadlift.
finished third. Or no, fourth. Finished fourth.
Yeah.
Randy snuck in there at third.
Yeah, his deadlift was good. His sandbag throw was right there. 40-pound sandbag at 105. That's a good sandbag.
That is a very competitive class.
Yep. Yeah. No, that was fun to watch. Yeah.
I'm trying to think which one's more competitive here. Would it be that one or is that the 120s?
The 120s were good.
The 120s look competitive too.
You got some.
And well, I know too that Blaine had a good prep, but he got sick.
Right.
A little later out, Tyler got sick closer too, and then he sprained his ankle and couldn't train for the last 2 weeks. So both of my guys, I'm kind of going there. I'm like, prep was going so well. And you guys just had to go and die. And
that's like us though. We're going good, and then all of a sudden sick. What?
True. Yeah.
Maybe it's an us problem.
Winkler. Don't remind me.
Whatever.
Yeah, and Keystone.
Yeah. Keystone too,
Got sick. But
Arnold's, I got sick.
really, really good. I forgot you got sick. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. We're always sick. What's wrong with us?
We got to get tougher. Like Martin says, get stronger.
Yeah. Listen, they finished where I thought Tyler would win the show. To be honest, just because he is so strong.
I did too. Yeah.
And
the powerlifting background, and then he's a smart guy. He watches, pays attention.
He's an athletic guy.
He's very athletic.
So I kind of figured, and based on his training, honestly, I was like, I thought he would win the show.
Yeah.
And then that ankle was just too much for him.
Yeah.
It was just killing him. So
Well, even one rep on that axle would have given him some points.
one rep on the axle would have given him a lot of points.
One rep on the axle would have given him 5 points.
Yeah.
5.5 points actually.
Yeah. So would have given him
what's the end point total?
21 versus 27.
Yeah, so that would have put him right in the game,
right in the mix.
Yeah.
So,
and that was probably more a result of what
actually
happened with his timing.
that would have had him tied with Blaine. Blaine only got one rep on the axle. So, and again, it was the timing, but
it would have taken half a point from Blaine. So Blaine would have had 26.5. He would have had 20.
Yeah, 26.5.
Yeah, 26.5. So there you
go.
go. Tie for
little
second.
things that change, but
that was, I do believe that was a product of the panic when he didn't know he was up.
Yeah.
Because then he wasted 20 seconds belt, wraps, this and that.
And to be fair, it's his first show at this level. I know he did a novice show in Winkler last year just to get something in. He was too strong for it, but he got it in.
Yeah.
So it is what it is.
But we were clear in the rules meeting, and Dan and I both, we had to run a tight ship because there's 50 competitors, and we said, you need to be ready.
Yep.
And we can blame who like this, and that, I didn't hear. You can blame that all you want, but you've got to know when you're a weight class athlete. If I'm a 120 kg weight class athlete, I know I'm going after the 105s.
Yes.
My belt should be around my waist loose, wrist straps. I like to have my wrist straps on my wrists loose, so then I walk up, I tight, unwrap, wrap, unwrap, wrap, I'm tight, snap my belt shut, I'm good to go.
Yep.
I'm not looking for my wrist straps, trying to find the end, which one's this hand, which one's that, my belt, is it upside down, is it straight? So
lesson learned. Part of it, I feel bad. I should have been there with him, but again, I got forced to work. So
it's not the end of it. It's a novice. It's not a novice show.
No,
it's a weight class show. He's going to be better. That's never going to happen again.
His goal was to qualify for provincials.
And he wasn't the only one.
No.
There was lots of people that were not ready when their name was called.
No. But I mean, lesson learned. He'll be back for provincials. Be good to have him. I told him too. I was like, "Could you come out a little more than like 2 days early?" I know you gotta take time off and stuff. But I'm like, I'd really appreciate it if you weren't just like staggering in at the last second. So, I think he flew. He got in at like 1 a.m. or something too. So it wasn't like he had a quality night's rest. But
The night before he came in?
no, it was
The day before.
he stayed with me the one
Friday
night,
night.
and then he flew in the Thursday night.
Okay.
Got himself a hotel in the city. Whatever.
Yeah, and then weighed in Friday.
Yeah, waited on Friday.
Friday.
And then, Braun taped his ankle up really good for me. He did a good job on my ankle at Gimli. So,
We don't like Braun.
no, is the only thing tighter than his ankle jobs are his pants.
Yeah, I hear he's been getting flirted with at the gym
A
quite
lot,
a bit.
yeah.
Braun,
He's
just a
wearing
stud.
those tight pants. You can see things. Like,
You can see what
if
he
a
had for
field
lunch
trip
was the
group-
words that I heard.
If a field trip group came through, you'd have to put a towel around them.
Yeah, Hunter, put him in the back room till they're gone.
Yeah, we love you, Braun.
We love you, Braun.
But no, he did a good job on the ankle, and I mean, probably honestly would have been ideal to maybe have it retaped before the sandbag or something. But I mean,
because it probably got a little bit loose from
a little bit
flexion and
but
whatnot.
you know what? It helped a lot. Again, qualified for provincials. It's all that matters. Blaine is kind of just done. He's like, you know what? I did what I wanted to do. Basically,
Got his win.
Got his win. He's like, I got my win. But I mean, like, I'm not gonna continue to take away from the wife and kids and stuff. And like, I wouldn't want to go to nationals. Like, I'd rather just take a family vacation. So I'm like,
Nice.
those are all valid reasons. I think he's just done for the season.
Some people just they're not. It's weird when I hear something like that because I'm not like that. But I don't know what that's like.
I'm envious of people like that sometimes. You know, it's just like,
I'm envious of people whose strongman
Yeah.
doesn't take up every minute of their day.
well, meanwhile, where it's like today, I go and walk that 10-15 yoke,
Yeah.
and my first thought is like, that sucked. It's like,
Yeah.
I just picked up 1,000 pounds and moved it across the gym. I'm just
I was
like,
going to
that
nickname you F-150
terrible.
because you carried half a ton.
Exactly. I drive one. It's a good name. But,
That's right. Yeah.
But yeah, I'm envious of that, where it's like I can just hit a goal and be happy with it because I'm just like, that
can't.
was terrible.
Yeah.
I'm awful. I suck. I gotta do
suck.
more.
You did suck, though.
So I did suck. But shout out Ryan Fraze.
Yeah.
That's a huge improvement year over year.
Huge. That guy just. I don't know what he had for breakfast that day, but he was on.
No, you know who I would have loved to see thrown in the mix here is that Florian guy.
Yeah.
He would have been great in the show too.
He was a
but-
120 guy, I think.
And
Eh?
then Cameron,
He was pretty big, actually. Didn't Florian he was powerlifting?
he's a 120.
Was he 120 or is he bigger?
He's 120.
Okay.
Well, unless he got bigger, I don't talk
Yeah.
that much. But
Unless I missed it.
I'll ask Kurt.
Yep.
And then Cameron, is he another guy from the Novice show? Who's he?
Yep. He's the guy that won.
Right. Yes.
Cameron
yes.
and Madison
Yes,
is
with
his
Cam and
wife?
Cam on the
Yeah.
thing. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, he did very well.
Yeah, he's going to be good if he wants to stick around. I know Tyler's working with them quite a bit.
What did he have?
But that 120, I could see that being a really good division. Especially
Well, all those guys are good lifters. Abel,
They're all good
Riley, Devin
lifters.
Normandin.
I said-
Devin Normandin's been a power lifter for
he's been
as
around
long
for
as
a
we
long
have.
time,
Yep.
and he trains with like very minimal equipment these days. I think he's just in his
He's out there
shop garage
freezing in
kind
the
of thing.
freezing in the chicken
I don't
coop
know
or
how
shed
he
or
does it,
whatever.
but
Throwing
good
his
for
log,
him.
Yeah,
Because I mean,
He seemed like he was
he
having
started powerlifting around the same time we did.
I believe so.
think.
Yeah,
So that way
he's
back
almost
in the day.
he's a 400-pound bencher.
Oh yeah. Yeah, they just got to get some more mobility up there to really work on through. But
Oh, for sure.
he's
Yeah,
getting
just
there.
because you're a good bencher doesn't mean you're going to be good.
Yeah,
at
well, it's like watching Dan Hirschrigen with he's got an overhead press on his block right now,
Yeah.
and he's like pressing 225, like strict pressing 225. Not a joke, but the guy benches 500 pounds.
Yeah.
So
You
it's
would think- it
it's
doesn't make sense.
and
You're
his-
like, how?
his body's just shaking like a leaf. He's just pressing. I'm like, man, like if we just
Yeah.
do a little bit of work, but he's got his own bed goals there. But my point being is that like it doesn't always translate over. Right? It didn't translate over for me right away either. Right? I mean, like it still hasn't.
Yeah.
So, but no, I think the 120 division and the 105, honestly, those two could kind of fill the void of what we had last year with the Open.
Yeah, lacking in the Open.
Because
I don't know Riley well.
Last year's Open was just awesome to be a part of.
Yeah.
It was fun. It was back and forth. We were all over the place.
Yeah.
And I know, obviously I turned pro. Brian had his hernia surgery, and he's just like, I don't know, he's just done this year, I guess.
Yeah, didn't like the extra weight.
Bushi, who knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
He's might stroll into the next show with a dart hanging out of his mouth. I have no idea. Jeremy's out now of MSM, so I don't know. He says he'll be back from provincials.
Yep. Nice if he does.
I hope you do.
I think he could probably make it back for provincials
I
and
hope
not have
you-
to blow a nut and still
Yes.
qualify.
I hope he does.
Yep.
That's my biggest thing. Is just he's young.
Yep.
a hernia is not a joke.
Nope.
Take care of yourself.
Yeah.
That's all I was
Yeah,
saying.
and I don't think it was he said it was pretty small.
He did,
hernia.
but it's,
Yep.
it's still a hernia.
Oh, it's still a hernia, yeah.
Still a hernia.
Your gut's poking out your ab wall.
Yeah, take it easy.
It's
I know
like,
his
that's
surgeon,
just gross, yeah.
His surgeon was telling him, I know his girlfriend's in med school, his family's all doctors, like,
Yeah.
he'll be in good hands, but it's just kind of like, as soon as you hear something about that, you're just like,
Yeah.
right.
Scary stuff.
So, and then, yeah, I mean, Nate and Lane, I mean,
Yeah.
so
Nate
you have
barely
three
missed
guys.
his axle. He's been working. He wanted that axle bad. Yeah.
But I think, honestly, you can probably pick up more double overhand than an axle, and you can press overhead.
Yeah.
His grip is stupid.
Yeah. Well, he looked like me at the OSG with my log. You're just like, you're half an inch short of getting it. You're just like, come on.
He like passed out sideways.
Yeah.
But no, it'll be a good division. I just don't think it'll be quite as exciting as last year, just from sheer numbers. I mean, we had 5-6 guys show last year. Pat jumped in with us at Vita
He
there.
took the win on the Denny.
Yep, I figured that would happen.
Yep.
But
Sandbag throw.
so overall, like men's division, a pretty good competitive day for the first show of the year.
Lane didn't get one sandbag? Lane. Did you not throw?
Just opened too high, I guess.
He opened too high, yeah. Some guys were doing that. They're pounding away at the wrong,
Well, that's what Tyler was
sandbag,
saying.
or
He's like, I
jumping.
want to open here, and I'm like, warm up.
or jumping 10 pounds. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. Once you pick the number, you jump 5 pounds. Like you're
getting-
because 5 pounds is a huge difference. For me, for a 40 to a 45 pound bag, it's a big difference.
Yeah.
Like if you know throwing, three throws, 5 pound jumps, that's it. You don't do
It's
10 pound jumps.
so explosive,
Yeah.
right? It's almost like an Olympic lift. It's so positional. You have to nail it. If you don't
Yeah.
nail it, you're screwed. So,
Yeah.
But I think that about wraps up the men. I mean, do you have any comments on it? You were actually there.
Yeah, no, it was a fun day. I had a blast reffing. I love that. So
Yeah.
yeah, and it's fun pushing people when you like I did to you, like more reps or whatever. Ariel was pulling, and she's like, "That's it." I'm like, "No, give me one more." And then she pulled it. We laughed. I hit a few guys like that. Like, and it's for their own good too, because that's stuff you talk about later. If you got, like if I pulled 500 for 8 reps or something like that on an axle deadlift, that's something you think about forever. If you only needed 2 to win, okay, I pulled 3. What does that mean? I didn't express. I'm there to express my maximum performance, and I believe that everybody should express their maximum performance, unless it was some case where you're close to another
Unless
comp
there's
and you're
actually
trying
something
to,
on the line.
If there's something on the line, it's different. If there's money on the line, it's different. But
Yeah.
I believe every weight class show you should express maximum effort, start to finish, no matter what. Yep.
You heard it here, folks. Try.
Yep. Try.
Before we go over to the women's, I believe you finally had another dad joke.
Oh, I do. What did the 2 peanuts walked into the bar? What was my joke? Oh my God, you killed it.
You already forgot it.
You killed it.
I didn't kill
You
it.
put me up pressure on me.
I gave you.
Did you hear about the 2 peanuts that walked into the bar?
I didn't know.
One was assaulted.
So bad. The people complained. So the jokes are back.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was even worse. The delivery was even worse than the joke.
That was pretty terrible.
That was pretty terrible.
Yeah, you're rusty.
Give me a heads up. We need to have like a call sign, like one of these. Tap the nose. Are you ready? And then I need a minute. Okay. Be like,
Okay,
hey, I
give
gotta
you a
compose myself.
countdown. Okay, that's reasonable. And then okay, so we'll pop over to women here.
Yep. Natasha, we got to get her some heavyweights.
She competes in everything, man.
We got to get her some heavier weights.
What happened with the axle here?
Her pressing is a weak point right now.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, yeah.
I mean, the ascending deadlift 3 reps. She works. Those
I'll be
McDonald's,
honest.
They work.
I don't really see
The throw.
Haviland Nedley's. Was it over there? Okay.
14 seconds. She was fast with that. That was a little bit light for her.
She's very good with the moving events. I
Yeah,
find.
she's very, very fast. Yeah.
What was like last year with that Conan's wheel? She just kept going and
Yeah.
going and going.
Yeah.
So I mean, I think she got dizzy and bored. She wasn't.
There are some things that might be worth, if she's by herself, might be worth having a conversation with her before the show. What weights do you want? You know what I mean?
I think it
Not
might be worth
necessarily if it's too light, because
But her family,
Nobody
her family's there
knows.
too, though. Like, 'cause, I mean, she's young; she doesn't
Yeah.
always know.
Yeah, yeah.
But talk to her family. Hey, what are her PRs? Where is she at?
Yeah,
Like, just
yeah.
talk with her. 'Cause
Yeah.
I was like team, right? 'Cause I think it's her, Sabrina, and
Sabrina's out. I think Sabrina's just open now. No.
no, it's not about like that little crew.
Oh yeah, her
Dan.
Dan's the dad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like talk to Dan.
Yeah.
You know, say hey, like what's
He
going
knows.
on, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Talk to him about it.
Yeah,
he knows
because you
what
want to
PRs
push
are.
her. You want her to get better.
Yeah,
And, and getting 30 reps on something is not getting any better.
no, but honestly, it looks like she had the 3 reps on the deadlift.
The deadlift
pretty
was good. The sandbag throw is
And
good.
yeah, maybe
The
just a
dinghy.
little light on the sandbag
Yeah.
here, maybe.
Other than that, just a little bit light on the sandbag.
But no, I love the fact that how old is she?
I don't even know. What is junior? What do the teens stop
Well,
at?
teens stop at
18?
19.
19?
That's why
Yeah.
Ryder's still a teen this year.
Okay.
'Cause he's,
So there's
but
gotta
I'm
be
trying
under
to think.
19.
I'm like,
Yeah. She's 17 to 19.
yeah,
I
I
don't know.
have
I'm
no
a terrible
idea.
guesser.
I
So
have no clue.
she could be 12. I don't know.
But I mean, I honestly don't know. Kids all look the same.
I feel like she's older than 12. So.
I feel like, yeah, but
And then Anna finally got to throw down
Yeah.
with Nicole.
yeah, look at that.
That's Chris Weeb's wife, Nicole. They're great.
Okay,
Those two
yeah.
are great. Yeah.
No,
They
it's
had a good
great.
show. I hope Nicole stays in it. She's fun to
Well,
she's
I'm
fun to
sure
be
that-
around. Lots of energy, and just loves. You could just see it in her face. She loves doing
Anna
it.
must
so.
just be happy that she has someone to compete against.
Yeah,
a
for
change,
sure.
right?
Yeah. And then I think Kim is going to come into the next one. Darcy's the girl that came with Darcy. Were you
Oh,
there?
I thought she competed.
No.
Oh,
No,
'cause she won the novice show, didn't she?
Yeah, she won the novice
Yeah.
show.
Well, she was really strong.
She's really strong,
Yeah.
yeah. So hopefully she can get in there too and mix it up a little bit. I don't know what weight class she would be in, 64 or 57. She's small.
She was pretty small too.
Yeah.
Hard to say.
But she's dynamic, that's for sure. Like Darcy, just kind of wound up, ready to go.
Yeah, yeah. Well, she was kind of doing the same thing that Cam Chorney was doing at the novice show, where they were kind of doing like the power queen of the log.
Yeah.
it's like what's
Yeah.
going on here?
It was one of those things where you see it and you're like, wow, there's no sense changing that
Well,
because
like
it works. Yeah.
Cam's a buddy of mine, right? So I saw
Yep.
him doing it, and I'm like, "Does that hurt?" He's like, "No,
I said
it
the-
feels really good."
I
I'm
said the
just
same
like-
thing to him when he was training. I'm like, why are you doing that? It works. I'm like, all right.
Yeah, I'm like, all right, we have to change it for a max log, I'm sure, but it's working for now.
Oh, yeah, for max
so
log, that ain't going to work.
whatever. But that was cool. But no, nice to see it. It looks like they went back and forth pretty good, actually.
Yep.
So yeah,
Nicole
Nicole won the Denny ring,
Jenny?
and it looks like they were very close,
Neck and neck there, yeah.
neck and neck there.
That would-
So yeah, really good. And then
So that could very well, the next show could go the other direction. Yep.
yeah, Sabrina on her own,
Sabrina by herself.
64.
Yeah. Might have to shove her up with the 82s next year. Or next show.
May have to. Yeah, we'll see. I mean,
She had a good day.
yeah, she's strong enough. Like you see, her bag throw was right there.
Yeah,
in there.
right there with the next weight class.
Denny ring, she would have finished third if there were four
Yeah.
of them there.
Yep.
So, and then 24 seconds, she would have finished third there. So,
Yeah.
Sabrina
I mean, the weights are
maybe
a little bit heavier,
it's
but
a
I
little
can't
heavier,
see.
but
I can't see percentage wise that affecting the end
too much.
a whole bunch. Yeah.
consider it, Sabrina. Go
Yep.
go U82.
We want to see you smashing them weights.
And
Great
then,
job.
yeah, U82.
And Jenna and Raylyn and Aaron Penner.
Yeah,
That was a fun one to watch.
I mean, no surprise that
Jenna's
Aaron-
come a long way.
Jenna's come a long way.
Yep.
No surprise that Aaron just
Nope.
walked through that one.
Yeah.
She's just.
I don't
so
know
strong.
Raylyn too much. She came from the novice show. She's one of Dan's athletes, I think. No?
Oh yes.
Possibly?
I like that
Yeah.
one.
Yep.
The only thing
the
with
clean and
Aaron
press.
is that she's being a bad influence and trying to get Shelby to do Manitoba's Strongest Woman.
Yeah, they
And I'm
should.
like, why don't you just do Strong Mania?
Both.
Like,
Do
that's
them
what I
both.
said. I'm like, she wants. Well, I want to do it. It's like, no.
You can't have it both
Yeah,
ways.
you don't get both. You have to
No.
pick one.
You want me to do something? I get you to
Yeah,
do
you got to
something.
do this one. So that's right, Aaron.
Yeah, she had a heck of a day. She's a
Yeah, no
machine.
surprise there.
A veteran though. Like you
A
gotta give
veteran,
her-
yeah.
Yep, she's done a few shows.
But I think that pretty much it was the. It was the only
Jenna
split
was with
points
her
were
on
here.
the-
They split
on
the
the-
points there.
yeah, they split points on the sandbag throw.
But then, yeah, those the rest of the day actually was the
Jenna
same
missed
place
the
the whole
Did
day.
you see Jenna's sandbag throws? He missed the last one, then had a little or whatever, like a fake kick the apparatus or whatever. Dang it, kicks the apparatus. I was laughing.
Oh dear.
She's fun to watch. She hates missing and hates losing. That's for sure.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's fun to watch.
Then
I
okay,
like
we're on
watching
to
people all
Women's Open.
We had a
who
familiar
won
name there.
yours?
Grimolfsson. How do you say that name?
Grimolfsson.
Grimolfsson.
Yeah.
She was okay. She's a little loud and noisy.
Little
Talks a
loud.
lot. Yeah.
Oh.
5 reps on the clean and press. Ariel, like keeping
Right
up
there
with
with her.
Ariel on a press. That's
right there with
pretty
her.
huge. Yeah.
So that's really.
And Ariel had to grind out that last. How many do I need? She says. I'm like, I don't know. I'm not telling you. That's my daughter.
I can't tell you anything. Yeah.
I'm just a referee.
You're not biased at all.
Yeah. I was gonna say you got enough. You're good.
Let's be real. You didn't remember.
No, I had no idea. I honestly had no idea. I'm like, I know it was quite a few because I said down quite a few times.
Yeah, right. It was a lot. I don't
Yeah.
know. But that's what the little counter's for.
Yeah. Well,
Those things
Devin
are
was
awesome.
running my counter, so
there
he
you
was
go.
sitting there for a while. He couldn't handle it. so
The,
I'm
the
like,
return of Devon.
Yeah, I could see him just miserable sitting there. I'm like, just come hang out with me.
Do you
Okay.
think he was more or less miserable taking orders from you all day?
It was fun. I'm like, count better.
He was like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "I only know how to count to 5. I was raised in St. Malo."
Yeah. Have you tried the water in St. Malo? It's weird.
Exactly.
And And then 2 new competitors. Amanda, she did the novice show.
Yeah, I think Madison did too.
Yeah.
So great for them. That's awesome to see them come
Hopefully
out.
they come out. Maddie.
Actually, Amanda was the one. She was at our the novice show prep seminar thing that we did.
Okay.
That you and me and Joss
Yeah.
ran at Iron Image there.
that's
So
possible.
that
There's a
welcome
lot
to
of people I
Strongman.
didn't
She was
really
there.
know. Yep.
So that's pretty awesome.
Yep.
And then I know she came out to as well. She came out to the seminar Tyler and I ran.
Okay.
So she came out to a lot of stuff. So that's great to
She
see
did
her
Deadlift
still.
James last year. I think she was dressed
Did
up
she?
in. She was dressed up in the bee costume.
Oh, that was her.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
I believe
awesome.
that was her. If I'm wrong, sorry, but
Yeah.
I thought that was her.
Okay.
And the log comp, I think too. Yeah.
She did the log comp as well.
Yep.
Yeah, so that's awesome. Good to see her.
And Madison is
staying
just
involved.
fresh. She's only been training
She's
not
very
very
new.
long.
And she doesn't even
But
have
she
a
smiled
training
and she was
background.
laughing the whole time. It was great to see.
Like she just jumped like from 0 training to strong. So like,
to open show.
good for you. Good
Yeah.
for you. That's awesome.
Yeah, that was awesome.
And she got reps. She didn't zero. You'd
yeah.
expect someone like that to zero everything. She didn't.
Yeah.
So.
Nope.
But
The deadlift.
I mean, Denny ring.
And it was just lack of
Denny ring
habit.
in your first open show. I would probably
that's
just
ignorant.
quit on,
Yeah.
on the start.
I'll never
But,
do this again.
Yeah, no, the sport's done. I'm never coming back. But again, like good.
Oh, what about the
Good
Masters
division
men?
there.
Where were the Masters men on that list? We didn't see them. Oh, well, whatever. Let's carry on.
We'll
with
come
them.
back to them
Yep.
after. We'll see if they're there. Maybe I missed it, but
They're old and
women's
washed
open
up anyway,
really
so who
good.
cares about them?
Exactly. Yeah, it was a really competitive class there. Really nice to see that.
Yep.
And then women's 40 plus. I mean, Kelly, great
yep.
day. Michelle,
Kelly and Michelle were back and forth all day.
It's nice to see Michelle getting reps.
Yep.
After that shoulder.
After that shoulder, yeah.
When she's back
had
to
some
full.
rough,
that's
rough
really the only
surgeries and
spots.
stuff.
That's the only spot she dropped points.
Yeah. Our
right,
deadlift
so-
was unreal.
Her deadlift's
7
ridiculous.
reps. It's like, and she knew she didn't have to do that, but she's the type that knows she needs to have her best show.
Well, I don't think she
wants
has
to get
any
better.
intention of going to nationals ever. Like, she doesn't express that.
I
I think she just wants to keep.
think you'd be surprised once it comes around. Once she's feeling better,
We'll see.
she's only going to feel better.
I hope she does.
Yeah.
I hope she does. I think we can bully her into it, but
100%.
yeah,
If all of us are going, she can't not go.
Yeah, well,
I mean,
that's fair.
yeah.
Yeah, get a bus.
Max sandbag. Yeah. Michelle's been working on her sandbag. And
Yeah, she works on her
oh,
throws.
Trina
quite a
was,
bit.
she was new too. She did the novice show.
I didn't realize she was a masters.
I didn't realize that either. Yeah.
Yeah, she looks young. but-
She does, yeah. And she comes from Olympic lifting, I believe.
yeah, she was the one who was.
she was
doing
good on the
split jerks.
yeah. She was good on the axle clean and press.
Yeah, really good. That doesn't
Sure.
surprise me. at all.
Smaller athlete, like shorter
Yeah.
in stature, and
Okay, no,
but
good
yeah,
for her.
she was she was right there throwing down.
I mean, Michelle just putting on a clinic.
That Denny ring carry
Denny
was
ring
wow.
carry.
Yeah.
126 feet. Just ignorant.
The longest of any.
I don't know. Kelly went to
athlete carrying.
124 too.
Yeah.
So they probably the top two distances
Top
in
two
that
distances
group.
for sure. Yeah, they did They did a full lap and a turn, all the way back and a turn, and then it
Wow.
stopped. Yeah.
And then they were again 16.63 to 18.84.
They were the two fastest
They
Haviland
were
carriers too.
really, really close in
Those
that one
Haviland,
too.
those
So
Haviland carriers
those two have a
were
nice,
fast. Out of anybody, like any weight class for the day.
Yeah.
That is fun. It's a fun stat too. At the end of the day, when you have stuff like
Yeah.
things that are for speed, it's all proportional. So I
Oh
mean,
yeah, exactly. No, that's really good. And then really the only place she dropped points was, I mean, they split the points here
Yeah.
on the sandbag throw with Trina, and then just dropped points on the axle. That was really
Yeah.
the only spot she dropped points. So
Yep.
really good. Glad to see that she's coming back quick.
Yep.
So we'll pop back over to the men here. See if we can find the. Oh,
Oh,
there they
we
are.
just didn't
Way down
scroll-
there. I
we
didn't
didn't
scroll.
scroll down
My
enough.
bad.
Oh
So
yeah,
there
we
we
had
go. We
Masters
had-
lightweight, we had Master heavyweight, 50 plus. Oh,
So it's
we're terrible.
Scott Witherspoon and Ryan
Yep,
Wepler.
Scotty's the
Scott taking a break from benching to come and do some
some other stuff.
strongman, I guess.
See if he has other muscles in his body. No, he had a great day.
Yeah, it looks like he won every event.
Yep.
Looks like. And then Ryan Wepler, I'm not familiar with him.
He was in strongman before any of us.
Oh,
He's
really?
an old-handed strongman, yeah. So he made his comeback. He hangs out with Mara quite a bit out in out in that area. He's a great dude. That was awesome to see him back. Deadlifts, they were pretty close on deadlifts.
Yep.
Sandbag throws, they were right. Scotty's
Yeah.
a good sandbag thrower.
One bag
40
away.
pound over 15 foot's a good bag.
That's a good bag.
Yeah.
And then
Guinea rings are, Scotty got 39 and 22.
Denny rings are terrible.
The Guinea rings suck.
120 feet,
Haviland.
good carry there.
Yep. Good carries.
Yeah, and then
And then the
Did
master
Blakely
heavyweights.
hurt himself again?
Yeah, he walked in late as usual.
Right.
Did his axle, 1 rep on his axle clean and press, got 1 deadlift, packed the shit and went home.
Okay, fair enough. Do you know what he did?
No, I didn't even.
I know he-
All of a sudden they're doing work. I'm like, where'd Blakely go? Well, he hurt himself. I'm like, Blakely, jeez, every time.
Oh, Blakely.
It was fun to see him come cruising though. That man's jacked.
He's an absolute.
That is a big man. Yeah.
Very large dude.
Yeah. That would have been nice to see Jaworski have to work a little more, but
Yeah, it is what it is. I know. Trevor, I expect to have a good season this year. I know he's really disappointed with how he did at Nationals last year.
he just gets better and better. Yeah. Nationals was probably the only show he underperformed, and I never even actually talked to him as to what
I
happened.
don't even know if I can say he underperformed. It was just a strong division.
Right.
There were some really good dudes there. That's all that was.
Master heavyweight, well, you look at it, Ryan Vance won it in 2023. Ryan Vance, like, it's a 1,000-pound 15-inch deadlifter. Yeah.
He's a strong dude, right? So.
That's a little bit crazy, yeah.
And then men's Masters 50 plus. Nice that we have the 50 plus this year.
Yeah. Rob Snow and Dan, they put on a show.
Yeah, I mean,
those guys were
Rob,
working.
Well, we go way back with Rob.
Rob,
He's been powerlifting since, I think he was before
us.
either of us.
Yeah.
Used to run the 17 Wing Strength Club when they had it in the basement there and stuff. So good to see him trying something different. I know he said he's wanted to try Strongman for a long time.
Yeah, I've been working him like I worked you. It took me a long time to get him to do it, but
no, it worked out.
we're gonna get him out. He's got the strength for that axle clean and press. It's the transition
just
from
the
his stomach.
technique.
He can press it. He can clean it to his stomach, but once it flips from here to here, that's where the issue is, and we can fix that, no problem. He's
That's
gonna
easy
come out
enough
here,
to
we'll
fix,
fix that.
yeah,
He'll be pressing
absolutely.
220,
Rob,
and no
get out
problem.
here.
Rob, we will fix that.
Fix it.
That's an easy one.
Then good to see Dan getting involved.
Dan-
The novice show and
Man, Dan's got like a cult following.
He's just-
When Dan gets up there, the place goes bonkers. He had his kilt on, him and Sabrina, and
it's the kilt, man.
they had the kilts going.
It's the kilt. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
So does he do Highland games or does he just like his kilt?
I don't know. Maybe are they Scottish? Maybe they're
And
Scottish.
McMullen?
Gotta be
That's
Scottish.
got to be Scottish of some kind.
Yeah. If
So-
not, whatever. I want a kilt.
Yeah, kilts are great. I'd love a kilt.
Yeah. So how did they do the deadlifts? They tied on deadlifts.
Tied on deadlift.
Max sandbag throw.
So it looks like Rob just opened a little heavy on the
Yeah,
sandbag.
maybe we got to work on that. Figure out where those are at.
Yeah, we'll figure out what the and then it'd be they're both very close in the Denny carry.
Denny right there.
And then
The Haviland.
looks like Rob just got one implement.
Yeah. The
So
sandbag.
probably just tried it the proper way and then
Yeah.
didn't quite get there. So
Yeah.
but I mean overall looks to be a really good show. I kind of watched some of the playback.
Yep. It was fun. I had a front row seat and I had a blast all day. I would ref strongman every day if I could. But
Well, you're not referencing Strongman. I already did
I know you, baby. You're gonna screw it up. I know it.
I'll do
I'm gonna
great.
yell at you.
I'll do
You
great.
suck.
Well, you're running the
That
show.
was a soft call.
I made no soft calls. I don't even think I gave one gift at the novice show.
No?
I don't think so.
How much for a gift? Can they buy them? No. Slip you a 20?
More than 20.
You need
My
more than
integrity
20.
is worth something.
Oh, here we go.
More than $20.
Yeah, blah blah blah.
$20 is $20.
$20 is $20. Yeah.
So no, really good show.
Yeah.
I mean, if we want to, do you get your phone on you?
Yeah.
I'll bring up the events for provincials.
Yeah. Let's do it. Let's do it. I saw Stones,
took
and
us
I
52
was
minutes.
pumped.
Stones are awesome.
Yeah. Trump Stone. We need a Trump Stone.
They gotta have us doing it outside though.
I know. I was
Surely
thinking about
they're
that.
not doing
They don't want
Stones
tacky inside.
inside.
But then, how do you move the live stream stuff outside? Hopefully, they thought about that.
I guess
If we're doing the whole show outside,
if you
then
had
great.
if you had enough mats and you had a cleanup area, you could do the Stones inside.
Like they did at
Like they
OSG.
did-
Get
they
the
did-
big
go on nationals.
buy a sheet of poly.
Yeah.
And roll the fucking thing out. You know what I mean?
That'd
Sorry.
be easy enough. We've already established.
Yeah.
Well, our parents aren't watching this.
That's right. Yeah, they don't care. They gave
anymore.
up on us a long time ago.
Yes. Failures.
What am I looking up here? Manitoba Strong.
Strong Manitoba.
We don't have weights yet for
No,
that.
but the events are out. That's what matters.
There's that. There's that. I don't see any weights. Oh, there it is. Or I don't see any. Very excited to announce push-pull deadlift pressing combo. So I wonder what that'll look like.
I don't know how I feel about that.
What do you go for a deadlift and a press?
There's already a press in there.
There's a log press, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna assume that's for reps. The Conan's wheel is always a good. That's a. If there's one event I dislike, it's Conan's wheel. It's boring and
Yeah.
hard.
It's kind of weird.
I prefer a finish line, I think, because then it's over. I guess maybe I just don't like events that don't have an ending.
Yeah,
like
it's kind of
max
hard
distance.
to go.
Yeah.
I don't love the Conan's wheel just because the one time I did it, I immediately threw up.
Yep.
But that was
I did it in
external
show,
factors.
I want to say twice, and I stunk it up the first time. I think I made a quarter turn, and I just didn't pick my height.
I think the thing I don't love about it is that there is some technique to it, and if you
There
don't
is.
get your stride, you can really easily screw yourself up.
Well, I carried it on my high on my chest, and not knowing, deflated my chest, and I couldn't get more wind back. So then I had no choice but to bring it down. And as soon as I brought it down, well, my height was wrong.
Yeah.
So then I caught the ground.
That
and
makes
I was
sense.
like, yeah.
Yeah, it is what it is. I think it's a good event. I think it's just something that people need to get some practice on before if they can.
Yeah, and it's going to be hard because there's really only one Conan's wheel implement. You
There's-
can use
there's
who's got?
They have 2 of them.
Yeah, he's got a couple, but they're all in the same
Oh,
spot.
they're all in the same
Yeah.
spot. Yeah, that makes sense.
I think he's got 3 total. Yeah, he's got 3 blue
Well,
ones.
you know what? If you really wanted it badly enough, guys, you would drive down to St. Malo,
Yep.
drag the equipment out of the mud puddle and do it.
And put it away when you're done.
Put it away when you're done. Preferably not in the same mud puddle you found it in.
Yeah. So that's event 2, the log press for event 3. So
Do you think it's going to be max or reps?
reps for sure.
You think so?
Max log, we know it doesn't work. It's too long.
True. We already did the log comp if they wanted to do a max log.
Yeah. If you do a max log, you do a powerlifting style with a short clock, 30-second clock. Get
I
up,
think for
get
reps
out.
is fine.
Yeah, for reps is fine. Yeah, I'm fine with reps.
That'll be good. And also,
Farmers,
it's nice to just see just a classic log.
yeah,
It's good.
a good heavy log.
Yeah.
And a trump. Maybe give a trump. I just love
I
trump.
don't know if we have enough logs for that.
I'll bring a log if you need.
Well, 'cause we got our 10-inch. Shelby bought a 10-inch rogue. You have a 10-inch
I got a
rogue.
10-inch, yep. So one lane.
We
You're
could
going to
do
run
a
2
trump
lanes.
for the women.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just throwing it out there for you organizers. We will help if you want to do a trump and stones. I really want a trump stone.
We'll make more stones.
Yep. You want to just tell me what you want.
Yeah, we'll make
Well,
them.
within reason.
Then we'll try to get them
We'll
perfect.
try. Yeah. We just made a stone.
We'll
we busted
actually,
out the.
we'll actually measure our concrete to water.
we
this
made a
time.
pretty deadly stone today.
There's some great
Our
stones
first
there.
custom stone.
We'll get to it.
Okay. But yeah, no, I'd love to see a Trump stone. Devin used to run Trump stone when we were doing the brick house meets in the parking lot. You had 2 stones. You could pick one or
okay,
the
that's
other.
not too bad then.
One rep on the big stone beat any amount of reps on the little stone.
Okay, that's not terrible. I don't mind that.
Yep. So you can, and that's nice because you can try, and if it doesn't work, shove it out of the way. Give me the light one.
Yeah, true.
That's what I really like,
That's
rather
true.
than a setup where you're like you choose one or the other. I don't know how they're doing Manitoba Strongest Man for the squat, but that would be a nice setup if you could have.
Pretty sure. Well, the weights are on the site.
Yeah, no, the weights aren't the issue, but
Oh, I see.
do you have to pre-choose once you're committed
No, but
to a weight?
I don't think there's a trump. That's what I'm saying.
No, I'm saying it would be
you
good.
want to have Trump.
I would love to be able to try the 550, and if it goes great, and if not, well, whatever. I can run over and bury the 4.
Just squat 550.
I'm gonna.
Yeah. That's
Yeah, but yeah. That being said, can we have a little more information on that, Tyler? Maybe what depth for the squat? Is it strongman depth or powerlifting depth? Because that's a big difference for me for training. I'm a good squatter, but yeah, 550,
Yeah.
550 in wraps, even full depth would be pretty close right now for me.
I don't think
one.
you'd have as hard of a time as you'd think.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Well, I busted out that 500 for 2.
I'll
and I
wrap,
haven't-
I'll wrap your knees and you'll get it.
Yeah, give me those strangler wraps.
I'll get you in those things. You'll get it just fine.
But yeah, we could talk about that a little bit too. Are we done with provincials, or did you have much more to say
Is
about
that
it?
all the events?
Yeah, 5 events: push pull, Conan's wheel, log press, farmers, stone.
I like that.
So it's very simple.
Yeah, but you know what? I think there's a beauty to that.
Yep.
I think it's just a good. It's a
It's not
well-rounded.
overthought.
And I think it's a well-rounded show. I said I don't.
This is the opposite of your Western show.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You
I
go from
don't-
pretty simple to what?
I am excited for westerns.
Yep.
I am. It's just brutal. Like a fixed max axle. Okay, that's fine. Whatever. The Fingles finger, I kind of get it again because they only have one Fingles finger,
Yep.
right, in the province. So you use the Fingles finger, then you do the drag. I get that.
Well, you throw it in a medley. That's something you
squat,
throw in a
I
medley.
did.
Depending on the weight. Is it a heavy
Wasn't it-
finger finger, or is it a light
I-
finger finger? Is it a finger finger everybody's going to get?
guys who've never done Fingles finger before were looking pretty good. So I think it's probably lighter than
On
the one
that?
Salmon I used.
Are they
on
using that
one.
implement? Okay.
Unless there's another one in Alberta I don't know about.
No, I'm
but to my
just,
knowledge, it's the only one. Is the one in Tristan's gym.
Yeah.
And a lot of guys were flipping it pretty quick.
Do they give you any kind of, like, does anybody get a tape measure? Is it 20 feet long, 10 inch? We could figure that out.
I could ask. I could ask.
I would
them,
ask,
but
yeah.
I
So then at least you
genuinely
know, like, I know you're banging on the finger, but is it close? Because it matters.
I would think it's close.
Yeah.
It's hard to say, right?
Yeah. But getting the motion down is helpful.
Getting the motion down is helpful, and then on game day, it'll just be a matter of, like, honestly, if I just kind of pick it up and be like, all right, okay, I know, right? So
You're going to, and it doesn't matter.
it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
It really doesn't matter because you're picking it up. You got to get it over.
Yeah, you got to get over.
Yeah.
But no, 100%. Like I'm excited for that show. I think it's gonna be a very good show. It's gonna be a very heavy show, and I would not be shocked if some guys got hurt.
Yep.
But
Well, even not knowing the power stair weights, I'm not sure how I feel about that, but
yeah, that one's kind of weird.
that is a weird one. Because, I mean, I've only ever seen them in their shows use the power pin with the plates.
There's only so much weight you can actually put on those
Yeah,
plates.
and I've loaded.
How heavy do you get those?
I've loaded 425 on the stairs myself, so I feel like minimum for you guys should be 450, 450, 500, 550 would be what I would say. Because my show, when I did it, it was 400, 425, 475 or something.
Yeah,
And I didn't
'cause
make it to the
It
475.
shouldn't be quick. Like the last steps, you're grinding.
Yeah,
right?
and that was me with 425. I
Yeah.
think it was 10 or 12 plates. It was huge. It was a huge
If
stack
I
of
had to
plates.
guess, it would probably be 450, 500, 550.
Yeah.
I don't think they go up to 600. That's just obnoxious.
Yeah.
That's Brian Shaw level stupidity. Like,
Yeah. So if you trained and you got 500 for 10 15, because it's probably going to be 4 steps. So for me, a good training weight suggestion would be 500 for 15 steps, 14 steps, you know what I mean? And then 550 is what 550 is, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? So
It'll
you got
make
to
a
have the
difference.
conditioning to make it through the run, and the weight is what the weight is, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. I'm not overly worried about it, but
No, you got the build for power stairs. You know, vertically challenged guys are gonna have a hard time.
Sam,
Yeah.
he's aware of it.
Is Josh in it too?
Yeah.
He's
yeah,
not exactly tall either.
He's having issues with,
Oh yeah, he was training it all.
yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
Sorry,
he's
Josh.
got his wood stump back there, but I think he was having a quad issue for a while. I think it's all healed up now, but
Right.
he was saying something about his hurting, so we'll see. It'll be a good show. Either way, I'm excited.
And then we played with the rack here, the yoke for your squats. I mean, that was
Close
pretty
enough.
fun. It was
Close
pretty fun to
enough.
see. Yep.
It's
What else are you gonna do short of going to buy a 4.5 inch drill pipe, it's 35
I
feet
just
long?
don't have that available and a forklift to move it, right? So I
Not
mean,
too many people do.
at the end, I think if I can just get used to the weight on the back,
Yeah.
I'm strong enough that I can tempo that.
Yep.
You know, so I just got to make sure I'm like in the wrap properly, not get bent over, but they'll be fine. Because I wasn't going good morning off the pad. That's just not realistic.
No.
So, but also, you know me, I sink my squats. So
Yeah.
it's also just like
Well, you're used to that rebound too. Now your rebound's
the
going to be in a
thing.
much different spot.
a much different spot, different angles.
Whether it's
so
hopefully it's better. Cross fingers
hopefully it's
crossed.
better.
but-
I'm just gonna keep trying it and training it, and
Yeah.
we'll see how it goes. So not a whole lot you can do there. But yeah, we made some stones. Accidentally made the heaviest stone in the province.
Accidentally made the heaviest stone in the province.
459.3 pounds.
That was a bit of a shocker.
Yeah.
What?
Not super pumped about that. I didn't want it to be that heavy, but it'll work.
Because now we go 370 to
I go
470.
375 to 460.
Yeah.
That's a little bit of a jump. I was
Well,
hoping
maybe
for,
we should. Yeah, it'd be nice. We'll make one with 4,000 psi. So then at least
or
it's-
just measure the water
or measure the water. Yeah.
and see if it comes
I guess
down.
if we made one
If we
with
measured the
4,000
water-
psi measured or went a little drier, I think that's probably the key for making. If we wanted
think,
to
yeah.
make a lighter stone.
Well, I think that's honestly the thing. Is Slater uses 6,000 psi. If we measured the water,
Yeah.
it would probably come out of the advertised weight.
Because let's be honest, we went a little on the soupy side.
Well, it just makes a pretty stone.
We were like, it's soupy.
it looks nice though.
Yeah.
Whatever. And it's a beautiful stone, but
Yeah.
it's probably a little weaker than it should have been. Whatever.
No, I don't think we're
It's
gonna.
concrete. It's not.
I don't
it's
think
not
we're
like
gonna
we're
break
driving.
it. Yeah.
We're not driving over a bridge.
No, and you're not
Maybe
dropping
so-
it off a house onto the concrete.
No,
It's getting
exactly.
dropped onto pads.
It'll be
It's-
okay.
Whatever, we're gonna take care of
But
it.
I think if we measure out 6,000 psi with measured water proportions per bag instructions,
Well, the stubborn stone I looked was 450, 455 at 22 inch. And that's the same mold, because I actually forgot to text you that, but let me have a look here. Oh, it was on Strong Arm. But yeah. And then, tell them about our
same
other
thing weren't
stone
that far
there.
out. And then,
No.
we had a little experiment with styrofoam ball. And I think it was an 8-inch ball stuck in.
was a little trickier than we thought to make.
It's a little trickier to suspend. Those.
It wanted to float for some reason.
What are those forms called? The
hybrid.
The hybrid mold. Steve Slater does a lot of things really well, especially
Including
making his
molds.
forms.
Yep.
Those hybrid forms, because you stuck some just 4mm wire through it, kind of thing. Like,
Yeah. Yeah, I tried to make a little cross with a styrofoam quart so that it would sit. In my opinion, in my head, I'm like, well, the diameter's the diameter. It can't go up.
Yeah.
But it wasn't exactly
the
rigid.
Plastic is so crappy on them.
Yeah. Don't ever buy a hybrid mold.
You could actually see it poking through. Just give Steve your money.
22-inch stubborn stones, 450 pounds is what his suggested weight is. Final weights may vary. So we're
not too far.
Maybe
off
their stone came in a little lighter, probably with the 4,000
But
PSI.
even Slater's advertises 425 for that mold. I think.
I don't know. But I think if we went to the 4,000 PSI, we would make we're thinking 6% lighter stone. So 6%
seems to be about the average. So
yeah.
We'll see. I think we'll play around with it. I think we'll do one more for sure.
For sure. Yep.
Won't be out in time for me to really train with it much.
No, but whatever. If you can pick that thing up there.
Well, if I can pick that up, I'm fine.
Yeah.
So I'll play with that probably later this week.
Yeah, and if that doesn't go, well, whatever. Play with the 375, load it to a higher platform than you need to.
Exactly.
And that's going to give you at least the motor pattern.
I know I can do a 425 at the end of a competition. So I know I'll start there and I'll just go up from there basically.
Yeah.
So, but I'm also a little disappointed that it's so late in the show because I think there'd be a lot of guys jostling for points instead of. There's probably a couple of guys who take a crack at the 500 if it was earlier and they were fresher. But you just have a lot of guys doing what they need to do.
Yeah.
So we'll see. It might be a little bit let down.
Somebody should throw in $100 or a couple $100 for the guy that loads the 500. Push somebody
kind of
like
what happened last year with Alec and Haddon there, just thrown in. There's $100. Here's $100.
Yeah.
One of the dealerships is like, here's $100.
Oh yeah. What was that for?
For the max elephant bar deadlift.
Oh,
it was the highest pull of the day. So I think Jeffers pulled whatever was like 9 something, and or did he pull? No, he didn't quite pull 9. It was high 8s because he pulled 9 at CSM.
Right.
So he pulled some high 8s.
Money's a good motivator. Were you at Deadlift for Dreams last year? No way.
No.
Chuckery was pulling deadlifts there, and then he missed. I think it was 500, and he had his suit on there and his firefighting suit because he dressed up or whatever.
Oh yeah.
So then he wanted another crack at it, and I can't remember what it was. I said, I got $50 if he pulls it. And then Devin says, I got $50 if he pulls it. I think a couple other people, so we ended up throwing in a bunch of money as a donation. And he pulled it, so we had to pay. Money's a great motivator.
Come on, Chuckery.
Yeah. Chuckery owes us.
Apparently, yeah.
Yeah, that 500 deadlift is on us.
Exactly. He owes us 1 round of sauna. Since yours won't be done.
Mine will be done. It's a slow go. But
one of these days.
Hey, Egypt wasn't built in a day.
We're going to dry...
It'll be nice to sauna around, that's for sure.
Dry stones in there.
Baked stones.
Speed it up a little bit.
Yeah. We'll just start mixing concrete in the sauna.
It'll be very messy, very quick. All over your nice, expensive cedar.
But no, that other stone we made with the foam core there came out. We just weighed it.
It's 273?
273, somewhere in there.
So pretty right where you wanted it to be.
Final dry time and patching. Hopefully it stays around 270. It's exactly what I wanted. Yeah,
that'd be really
then
good.
I can have a nice jump between 270, 300. And then I want to play with the 21-inch mold with that 10-inch ball.
Yeah. Well, it's funny, actually, you messaged me, because Tyler texted me today. He's like, hey, do you have a stone between 250 and 300? I'm like, I don't. But we're making one.
But we will. Yeah.
We will. So, I think you might want to get some practice in on that, because I think that's where his North Americans run probably starts, if I had to guess.
Okay.
So,
yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah, he's welcome to use it.
Yeah.
For sure.
So we'll see what happens there, but... It's not a whole lot else going on. We got Strong Mania coming up with...
we got our shows. My show, too.
We got your show, my show coming up, yeah.
And actually, I was having a rough time there for quite a few weeks. I couldn't walk.
You were really...
I couldn't walk, and my knee was messed. And then finally, just backing off. I wanted it so bad to the training to go.
The training or the bulk?
Honestly, it was.
You got heavy for a while.
Yeah, I overdid it a little bit.
That works. I came out to just chill and talk to you in the hot tub for a bit there. I'm sitting there and I'm like, do I tell Gordy looks fat right now?
I definitely was fat. Yeah.
I don't know how you did it so fast.
That was the problem. I think it wrecked everything. In not even just
you
the
were
fatness.
so strong going into the Arnold's.
Yeah.
And then
I should have hung with that.
You were thinking like, well, I'll go up a little bit. And the next thing you're like, I was 247 today.
I was
I'm like,
255. I hit 255. Yeah.
So you went from 231
To
to
255.
255
Yeah. Bad idea.
in 6 weeks.
Well, it was a few more than that, but
It wasn't much more
wasn't
than
much more than that, yeah.
Because that was
But-
around Keystone.
well, I was cutting to 231 too, so I was cutting from 240.
fair.
So
That's
I, game time I was probably 238 or something
Yeah.
like that, but.
So 15 pounds.
So
in
15
that amount of
pounds.
time. That's a lot of
yeah,
weight.
and it was just dirty. Yeah.
So,
But then
you're back down
that
to-
affects your estrogen levels. It affects your cortisol levels. It affects everything. It affects your mentality. My mentality is I need to feel like I look a little jacked. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I need to be the guy that walks through the store and people are like, okay, that guy lifts. You
Well, I
know what
think
mean?
your mentality going into the Arnold was so much better. Like OSG, you were, forgive me, a whiny. You were a whiny.
Yeah.
Oh man.
The pressure was out of control there.
But with Arnold's like totally different prep.
Yeah.
For both of you. Like
Yeah.
Joe's not whiny like you are, frankly.
Whoa, hey-oh. We'll let that finish. I'd have to climb up there to shut it off. Bear with us. That was you using the air. You wanted to blow stuff
That
off
was
over
an
there.
hour ago.
Yeah. I guess it must have just hit a little bit too PSI for the pressure switch. Look at it, it's spiking the mic.
Let's mute that.
Awkward.
No one's watching at this point.
No. Where are we at? Hour and 10? Oh, we're doing good.
Yep.
It's a big old compressor.
I'm gonna put the SpongeBob one eternity later.
3
Shelby,
hours later.
remind me to put at 1 hour and 10 minutes. Yeah,
Yeah.
let me remind me to put that at 1 hour and 10 minutes.
Some Jeopardy music. And we're back.
Did I unmute myself?
Sorry?
I did. Okay, yes, I'm unmuted. Where were we?
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. I was saying, yeah, like, Joe looked pretty good going to OSG.
Yeah.
Like, she seemed like she was focused. You were really nervous for some reason. I don't
terrified.
know why. You guys
It's hard because it was
won
OSG.
the same contest.
I know, but the difference for me was I felt like I had the weight of the province on me because not many people have made it to that level. So now if I make a fool of myself there, that's all my mentality was, don't make a fool of yourself. And I legitimately thought I would. So that pressure for me was crushing, you know what I mean, all the time. Because I'm
Yeah.
like, there's only been a few athletes that have gone to OSG from Manitoba.
Yeah.
And now you're under the spotlight. Everybody's watching you because you've made it to this level it's high. You know what I mean?
It's a big deal, yeah.
So it was just everything that didn't feel, or, if 600 pounds wasn't flying off the floor, I'm a failure. Or the log, the dauntingness of missing that log. I did miss it, but I was so close. So once I stepped back and looked at it, I'm like, okay, I was so close on that log. I was so close on this. I was so close on that. I do belong. So now it's like, no, I can have a totally different mindset with these higher level shows. So coming into the Arnolds, looking at that, I'm like, nope, I can hang and I can get better.
Yeah, you just need to have that good performance.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, there's a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
Self-made.
Yeah,
Self-made
that's what I was
Nobody
going
was
to say too.
pressuring
Yeah,
me.
it's no one's pressuring you. It's just
Yeah.
so much self-made. But
Yeah.
I think like,
And that's the way I am. I'm a competitor to the core, and I want to win.
oh no, 100%. And like that's part of it, right? And I think that's like where, like, oh, I'm gonna gain the weight, but it's like, but you were your strongest at the Arnold.
Yeah.
You were like, I mean, you almost hit a log all-time PR on a log you never touched.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, and then then my back started to hurt, my knee started to hurt, and then just my body started to ache, and then backed off for a couple weeks. Then all of a sudden, okay, started feeling better. In the last 2 weeks, I felt good.
yeah, your training's
You know what I
looking
mean?
good.
Yeah, so finally, I didn't think I would be back, but we're hitting PRs, like farmer PR today, deadlift PR yesterday. Log is close to, my log is decent. My yoke is good. 660 today for a decent run.
Yeah, it flew really good.
Yeah.
I still think you could have just turned around and came back with it.
I could have. I
It looked
absolutely
fine.
could have. But 50 feet, boss says 50 feet, you go 50
Okay,
feet.
fair enough.
Well, no, the farmers I was happy with because I've never maxed out farmers and I've never carried more than I needed to. Like going into any shows was 265 was. I'd hit 265, but I was getting that for 100 feet, which is fine. And then 275 for this show for 50 feet. And what I haul 280 today for,
Something like that,
yeah,
for 65,
off
whatever.
an insane low pick. Those are low.
Those are low.
Yeah. And 280, I'm like, okay, whatever. I could throw 300 on and be fine.
Yeah.
You know?
No, that's confidence to have, right?
Yeah.
So you're working a lower percentage, you're not working as hard.
Yep.
I mean, I wish I could say the same. I feel like crap. I just think that the year is catching up to me. And, you know, I mean, I did, 9 competitions last year?
Yep.
And then between the Arnold and Keystone, now this, I'm just like, man, I need a break. So,
Yep.
I'll be honest, there's a decent chance I don't take that OSG invite this year.
Right.
Just not quite ready for it. And
Right.
It's a lot of money. So,
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
might just turn down the auto invite and just try to requalify at some other future point. But
You might be able to defer the invite.
I already emailed and asked.
And they said no?
Yeah, I said no.
Really, eh?
Yeah, it's already deferred from last year apparently.
Oh, okay.
But I qualified
3 weeks
month
out.
before.
Yeah.
So, but apparently that's how it works. I could have gone to OSG last year allegedly.
Yep.
So I wouldn't have been near ready for it. But
Yeah.
yeah, I think I just need to take a breather, take a step back, and just kind of get stronger.
Right.
And then I'll come back next year.
It's like JF says, be strong all year.
Yeah. But no, I'm feeling it on the body. I just need to take a step back and do like a hypertrophy. Because I haven't really done a whole ton of hypertrophy
need a
work.
hypertrophy block, yeah.
Just get some hypertrophy done, get nice
Movement
and
patterns.
jacked again. Lose a little bit of weight.
Yep.
Still like 330, but I kind of get down to like 315-ish and then
Yeah.
be okay there.
Yeah, because I'm back down to in the 240s, 244.
Yeah.
And I feel great.
I
I feel
just-
good.
I
My
just
body
feel a
feels
little
good
better.
again. I'm a little I feel like I have a few extra pounds on me, but I don't mind.
Yeah.
Like, and it's in the right spots, so.
No, I don't
Yeah.
care. But I mean, if I was single, I might feel differently, but I'm happily taken, so I don't need to. Mostly happily. She hates me half the time.
Yeah, she makes bread.
Yeah, she makes bread. Focaccia.
Focaccia bread.
Focaccia.
The focaccia. I said the focaccia is good. The
You
bread.
want to make the Italians mad?
Yeah.
You want some focaccia?
Focaccia. Boston
Focaccia?
focaccia. It was good bread. I got 2 more pieces.
It's really
there.
good bread.
Luckily, Joe's gluten intolerant, so I don't have to worry about it
It
going
kind of works
missing.
great for you.
Yeah, 100%.
I'm sure she's sad about it, but it works great for you. But yeah, I don't know. I'd like to lose 20, 30 pounds, just get a little more athletic, get my mobility back,
Yep.
and kind of rebuild from a fresh point. Because I know I can be strong at that body weight. I've been strong at that body weight.
You are strong with that body weight.
Exactly. So I think if I just trim a little bit off, I'll be leaner than I was last time around, like that 310, 315.
Yeah.
Because if you look at my legs, especially from like last year to this year,
Yep.
I don't know what happened, but they're a lot thicker.
Yeah.
So
Thick thighs save lives.
yeah, and that'll be good. I mean, my deadlift will probably go up a little bit just because leverages, but
Yep.
we'll see. Play with it. Guy and I have talked about it. He knows kind of what's going on. So I think that probably just really focus on coming back next year with a 850 plus deadlift and be able to put a 360, 370 log overhead kind of thing. Just kind of take that route.
Is what your log right now, 340?
340, yeah.
This is Arnold's
Yeah.
PR? Yeah.
So and
Is there a max
there's
log
room in
for
the tank.
Westerns? No.
No, it's axle, so which is kind of nice.
Oh,
So I
right,
get
the
a break
axle,
from get a bit of a break from the log.
Yeah.
But I think after that, I'll go right back to the log, and then I'll probably going to do my regular training sessions, and then I think probably a couple times a week I'm going to go in and do just some Olympic jerk work,
Okay.
just pure technical stuff.
Yeah, it's fun. I've been digging the jerks.
It is good, and I think it's just something that would benefit me.
Yep.
Even just getting my leg drive, right? Get my dip and drive going.
Yeah. Have you played with it at all for MSM? No, no. Yeah.
No, I'll get to that when I get to it.
I threw my name in for MSM, so
Did you?
if you're out there and you're on the fence, join us. It's gonna be fun.
It'll be good
Maybe my first MSM. I've always watched and I've always helped, but it always felt way out of my league. You know what I mean? I felt too small, too old. But now, after doing some of those heavier shows, I'm like, maybe I can get in there, and if I can beat the guys my size, then that'll be great.
Yeah,
And if I
hope
could take
you
down
can beat the guys
if I could take down a few big boys there, let's do that.
Yeah. If you start getting points on me, I might just match. That'd be sick.
He just leaves.
Yeah, oh no, I'm throwing up again.
Well, we did some truck pull here the other day. Man, I love pulling trucks. I forgot how
Love
how
pulling
much
trucks.
fun
Your
it
truck's
was.
too light.
It was too light for
need
you.
a bigger
It's a
truck.
little bit too light for me too. I had that thing cooking pretty good, so
Sorry, I need a big truck.
we'll go pull semi on this week.
Yeah, love that.
Arm
It's
over
good
arm. We'll bring the
times.
harness too.
I've never done that.
No,
Yeah, that's one I've never done.
Yep.
Do you have a harness? Which one? Like the Iron Mind?
I have a Rogue harness.
Oh, nice. Okay. Yeah. No, I've never done
Yeah,
that
we
before.
did. We did the truck pull at the shop last year. Me, Devin, Pat.
I think it was.
I think.
What was I doing that day? Because you invited me.
Yeah, there was a bunch of us.
Yeah.
It was early.
working.
It was in the spring.
Yeah, maybe it was working. Can't remember.
Yeah, and that was just harness, no rope. No, we had rope too.
Yeah, you did.
Arm
I've
over
seen
arm.
those videos, yeah.
Yep. That was a lot of fun. It's fun pulling a semi.
Yeah, it's just.
It's just a weird
feels
thing. It's
good.
like, yeah,
Just feels
you
good.
feel like Superman. You're like, I just pulled a fucking semi.
I mean, you know that it's just rolling. but
Yeah,
it's pretty cool.
I can arm over arm a semi, but pulling it with a rope and a harness there
Arm
feels
over
different.
arm
Yeah.
for westerns looks like it's going to be interesting because where they have it, it looks like it's going to be a pretty quick one.
Okay,
I don't know if it's downhill or what, but I saw they did some testing.
right.
Doesn't look like it's going to be crazy heavy.
Hopefully, it's not downhill. Arm over arm.
I don't know if
There's
it's
two different.
downhill or if it's like slightly.
It's
but it looked
completely
easy.
different pulls from a sled to a car or a vehicle.
Yeah. Well, that was
vehicle-
more why I knew that truck would be a little light, but I wanted
Yeah.
to get my hands on it because I just need to get those transitions.
Well, it's actually probably a benefit to you. It's like training your yoke light. It's
Mm-hmm.
the same as anything, right? If you can keep the rope speed up with a lighter vehicle, that's going to be huge because it's about short, sharp pulls rather than long, lanky. You don't want to lose the speed on that truck. You need to keep it going. Yeah. Especially here, it was good because we had that one high spot.
Yep.
And it was
Sneak
like,
over that.
you got to hit that high spot fast because you're not going to make it. And you don't want that thing to die out on you.
No, exactly. You don't want to have that thing. You don't want to stop it on an uphill.
No, yeah. And then that is a bit of a detriment when you're pulling in the shop on perfectly flat ground because now it's like, well, when are we going to have perfectly flat ground? You're not. You're going to be in a parking lot.
But if anything, if it's perfectly flat, it's not going to stop rolling. That lets you really practice getting your hands
speed,
quick, right?
yeah.
So,
Hand speed. And you got to have a good rope puller.
do you think it's better to train it in ideal conditions or non-ideal conditions?
Non would be better, I would say.
You think so?
Yeah.
Just from a hand speed standpoint. If you're trying to develop hand speed,
No, you know what? You're right.
That's what I'm gonna think.
Hand
Like-
speed, ideal would be better.
right?
Brute strength for shit conditions is different. Anybody has
But
that.
to be fair, like brute strength, I'd say you just get that in your deadlift training.
Yep.
It's just a deadlift.
Yeah.
Really.
And it's your technique. Can you incorporate your legs on with your back? Or are you going to try? I've seen so many people make so many mistakes pulling trucks. It's not even funny. Just straight pulling your back. Well, the guy sitting on the tray, I'm like, you got a good squat. Why aren't you
Yeah,
using
why
your
aren't you
legs?
using your legs?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they just don't know because people are shocking. The shocking amount of people that I take for granted because I'm so anal and because my training needs to be focused on the events that I want to get better at. So if I got a truck pull, I bought the shit to pull a truck. You know what I mean? Because I wanted to pull a truck.
Yeah.
Whereas there's people even at Tolstoi, they're like, I never tried this event. What? An axle clean and press. I never even practiced this. To me, it's like, wow, I'm shocked because I'm like, I don't know. I'm different, you know?
I would say, like, for me, most events I haven't tried, if you give me 6 weeks,
Yeah.
I can probably get there.
Yeah.
Like axle clean and press.
Because you and I are the same where we'll do the event, but that's not the end of it. We're going home, we're thinking about it, we're watching the videos. People make fun of you videoing, whatever. I watch those videos. And when I'm driving to work in the morning, I'm rewatching my workout. I'm rewatching things that I need to get better
When
at,
you're
finding
stopped,
the
of course.
holes. Oh, no. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm stopped, yeah.
Just driving down the highway, just like, what's going on?
I got it set up perfectly on my dash. I got this magnetic holder. I'm just like, yeah, yeah.
Oh, there you go.
But no, it's just to the point. It's not, the workout doesn't stop when you leave the gym.
No.
You're still thinking,
That's
okay,
the
I
thing.
gotta try this, I gotta try that. You know,
Well,
talking
even
to
even
people.
like, so let's put it this way. I know I have not touched an axle clean and press. I did it one time with Devin.
Yep,
That would have been November.
that was the
last
day
year?
we deadlifted last year.
Yeah, it was quite a while ago.
Yeah,
So,
for OSG.
yeah, so it was a long time ago.
You just randomly threw it on 315.
Yeah, threw it on 315, did a little terrible split jerk.
Yeah.
And then
tried to throw on the
tried
suit.
to throw on
Yeah.
the suit, and then
That was Fat
had
Man
to
in a little
basically cut the thing off of me. It's horrible. I just will say that's one thing I'm
It was
kind of
about
like,
6 sizes too small.
if I can't afford OSG this year, which
Yep.
I probably can't, just
Yep.
point blank. At least I don't have to buy a suit.
Yeah,
There's
I got that
there's
suit, and if I don't
that
make it to
victory.
OSG and I wasted my money, I'll be mad.
It's a good suit.
It's a beautiful suit,
It's a
yeah.
beautiful suit. So
I could just put it on and go on a date. Take the old lady out.
honestly, wear it to a
We'll
wedding.
go to a ball wearing
Yeah.
a deadlift suit.
That's a great idea.
Be like, yeah, that guy's
Pass
badass
out
right there.
immediately.
Yeah, he should put a shirt on under that thing though.
Probably. But no, so it was good. But like I said, it's the one weird thing is like turns out I'm one of those rare openly strong men where I can clean more than I can press.
Yeah.
It's annoying. I got 365 up like quite comfortably.
Yeah.
And no shot
Right.
at all on the jerk. So I'm gonna have to work on that. Just getting my
Just the press from rack.
Yep, that's
Press
all
from
it's gonna
rack,
be.
press
Just
from
getting my
rack. You
press
know you
up.
can clean it. There's no sense wasting that energy cleaning it because you know it'll be there game day. Work the press.
I mean, if the jerk blocks that we're looking at on Tuesday are ready to go, then yeah, I'll be doing a lot of just press. Because I don't see any point in doing the eccentric because I just.
He figures they're going to be ready, or just to look
they
at?
are.
Okay, so probably need powder coating or something.
Probably powder coating. We'll see.
Yeah.
By the way, it's like I'm not touching them until after Westerns, anyways. But at least I'll have the option to just drill, then get the work in. So,
Yep.
I think it'll be good.
Yeah.
I'm positive, but listen, I don't think you have to touch things immediately. I think I might have stolen the 6 weeks from somebody. It might have been Alec or MST or Tom.
It just sounds like
it's somebody.
Yeah.
But 6 weeks of like, if you've done general training, like if you just touch,
Your general strength is there.
if you touch the specific movement about starting 6 weeks out, you'll probably be okay. Because otherwise it gets stale, but it's like, at least you're progressing, you're getting the groove, you're feeling it. I think that's probably like a healthy number for most people.
Yeah.
So I think it's like a deadlift. Like, it's a deadlift. Just do the deadlift.
Yeah, deadlift's a deadlift. Log's a log. There's your staples that you're always going to have throughout your training all summer long or all year long.
Yeah.
And then there's going to be the randoms. A circus dumbbell doesn't really fit regular training super well. You play with a circus
I just
dumbbell.
don't like training it.
You play with a circus dumbbell when you have it coming up in a comp. You don't. Not many people play with it regularly. You know what I mean? In a way that's going to progress your circus dumbbell. You're going to throw it in once every 3 weeks, and that's not. There's no progression. That's just for fun. Yeah.
No. But even from a progression, it's like it's kind of a tough one to progress.
It is. Yep.
It's hard because like it's so
And it's
technical.
the muscles you're using to progress it. They're not getting better in training it. They're getting better. Your dip and drive's getting better outside of it. Your squat, your front squat, your posterior chain's got to get better. Your throw and catch.
That's what I mean. There's a lot of things that are being improved that are not being improved by doing the circus dumbbell.
No, exactly. Yeah.
So I don't hate
It's a refined
doing it.
skill.
Yeah,
It's fun.
that's the thing.
I'm good at it, so it's fun.
But
Yeah.
I don't. Well, I do okay on it, but I mean, I touched
no,
it
you
like
do good, yeah.
2 or 3 times before
Yep.
MSM last year, and I put up 210. It's like, okay, like, I can handle it, whatever.
Yep.
But like, this dumbbell at Western's like,
Well, that's just a silly dumbbell.
well,
Yeah. It's not even a dumbbell. It
I
might as
go
well be
back
called
and
something
forth. I was
else.
talking to Guy about
The
it. I'm like,
double-ended drill head
Yeah.
press.
the weapon. But it's like, I was talking to Guy about it, and I'm like, I don't even know if it's worth training because like my regular circus dumbbell, I'm going to be up here. But then with
Yep.
this thing,
Who
like,
knows
where it's going to actually hit your
Who knows
shoulder,
where it's going to be?
It's like 4 inches.
Yeah.
It's going to be like here.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, what's the point of training? I'm just going to have to do a huge drop and catch it.
Yeah.
I think it's going to screw a lot of guys up.
Yeah. I don't even know what you would do there. A regular dumbbell? But how are you going to
That's
get a
what I mean,
$200,
like,
200 pound
200-pound
dumbbell?
dumbbell, like-
That's probably the only thing that would be anywhere near close.
Even a 200-pound
regular
dumbbell
dumbbell.
is bigger than that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm like, I don't know how we're going to do it. It's going to suck.
The biggest
but
double-ended thing I've ever seen.
It's huge. It's huge. Yeah. We'll see. It's going to be a painful show.
Yeah. And it's sharp.
Yeah.
It looks sharp. I don't know. It just looks
Drill
uncomfortable.
bits.
Yeah.
It's just there to kill us. But
Yeah. Somebody
we'll
wanted
see.
you to die.
Oil Town. They're just trying to kill us all.
Town,
but
yeah.
it'll be fun. So
Did you see those memes of the Alberta accent? Wow. I'm like, that is, if Alberta
It's
had a
accurate.
voice,
It's
that's
accurate.
Alberta's voice. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I know. Those were good ones. I think I saw there are a couple Star Wars ones like Yoda. Like, what if Yoda had an Alberta accent? And they're just brutal.
Holy, sorry, Albertans, but that's how it is.
I'm not sorry.
No, I'm not sorry
I'm
at
not
all.
sorry at all. They bring it on themselves.
I'm good for stereotyping.
They bring it on themselves.
Don't stereotype. I literally
Everyone's
resort
like,
to
"Oh,
instantly stereotyping.
Don't go to Manitoba. You'll get stabbed and mosquitoes will eat you. It's like,
Probably right.
all right, whatever you say, rednecks. Like, go separate. Whatever. Bye bye.
Go separate.
Quebec tried, and you won't do any better.
Yeah, are you gonna tax me in the ear when I go over top?
Yeah, exactly. So I don't know. It's just I don't. It's just one of those things you can laugh at. It's an accent. Like,
Yeah, it's
come
pretty
on.
funny.
It's pretty funny.
I mean, whoever thought of that? They ran with it, and it's working because it's
It's
viral.
genius.
Yeah.
I love it. No, it's absolutely hilarious. I don't know if it's AI or what they're doing, but it is awesome. So
The AI stuff's getting a little out of control, though. It's like, can we just have an AI Instagram where all the AI stuff's
Okay,
on
boomer.
one page? The kids, though, the talking kids one.
That was
Oh,
pretty
those are,
funny.
yeah. I'm
Those
like,
are funny.
okay, I can handle some AI there.
But it's like, you know what's wild is like they're full on like AI persons now.
What do you mean?
well, I came across, because I'm just whatever scrolling, and like you're scrolling, and like all of a sudden some OnlyFans girl pops up, and you're like, why are you on my feed?
No, I don't know.
Okay, but I'm like, but whatever. Scrolling along, and it's like I'm just like some OnlyFans chick. I'm like, something doesn't look right about that.
Oh, okay.
And so I look at her account, and I'm like people don't move like this.
Yeah.
It's kind of the way she's like swaying, whatever, right? I'm like, okay, something like that caught my eye, right? Because I'm like, that's not right. So I look at her account, and it's like, just little thing. Her nose is different in one, or like her hip width is different, or like her belly button's different, or something. And I'm like, and they're all these shots of this basically an AI model in a bikini, and just kind of going like swaying around all sexy like. But you look at the comments, and it's like full grown men just like, oh, you're so beautiful, baby, and it's like,
that's insane.
That's terrifying.
Yeah.
That is
absolutely did you see terrifying. The Pat O'Dwyer one that he did the other day of the girl that uses a Down syndrome filter for an OnlyFans account?
That's wild.
I didn't watch it with the sound on. It came up on whatever, and I didn't see it, and I'm like, oh, he's going to bat for this person with Down syndrome who looks sexy that people are tearing apart. And I'm like, hey, whatever. Well, then it comes up in my feed later, and I was like, oh, whatever. I could turn the sound on, so I turned the sound on. I'm like, oh, this is not what I thought it was. this is him tearing this person apart because they don't have Down syndrome, and whoever decided to make a Down syndrome filter, I just feel like that's a bad human.
All her accounts got removed.
Did they? Yeah.
You're just a bad person.
That's a bad human.
Genuinely, you're just not a good person. There's no way
like they got the guys with the Down syndrome that they make their pages and they have fun with them, and it's harmless. And
have you seen? What is that page? It's the 4 guys. It's like
the cooking one.
No, it's like Cripples Unite or something. But it's these 4 guys. They make the most ridiculously offensive skits. Where it'd be like, oh, when 4 cripples rob a bank, and the one guy's like in his wheelchair, and he's like, Timmy, hand me the safe cracking, and he's like throwing it with his teeth because he's a quadruple amputee.
they're light about it.
They're like, Steve, like grab the bags, and it's like this guy who's got like severe MS, who's like, he can only lay down in his hospital bed, and he's like, give them to me. And it's like, this is horrible. I shouldn't be laughing, but they're making the content.
They made it for
it's so good.
Yeah, it's
like
so
those
funny.
guys who can laugh at themselves, like they're genuinely hilarious.
Yeah. Or that Sean McEnroe, you follow him? No, Australian guy. Well, he coaches his dad or his mom. My mom's stronger than your mom.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And so whatever. So he always brings his mom on. He's like a personal trainer for her. And then he's got this older guy, Peter.
Yes, I love Peter.
Yeah, I love Peter. And he's terrorizing Peter. Well, then he goes with Clayton. Have you seen him with Clayton? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Chicken burgers.
No,
and it's like that stuff is harmless and funny.
But if you're exploiting a disability that you do not have.
No.
For money.
Yeah, that's just that's a human being and a half right
there.
Better
question though. It's an OnlyFans account for someone. Who is buying that? Who's like?
Wow. Yeah.
Like, do you not just stop to think for a second?
Yeah.
About like what's going on there?
I don't get it.
Not to say that a Downs person couldn't do OnlyFans, but it's just like think for a second. Like if this person's using a filter, like they're not exploiting any other symptoms.
Yeah.
Like they're not in the way they speak or the tonality or their like nothing else about them.
Yeah. Just the way they look.
Do a little critical thinking here.
Yeah. Give your head a shake. Yeah.
Yeah. Like I don't know.
It's just
people are terrible.
That's a weird one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I like the way he tears apart people, bully. You know what I mean?
I do and I don't because he's kind of a hypocrite.
Yeah, you don't like him.
I have no problem with him. It's just it's hilarious. He's talking about don't be a bully, but it's like, he's an adulterer, and he's not a good person either.
Okay.
So it's like, my favorite is Gercules. I love that guy.
Yeah. You sent me those ones there. Yeah.
It's good.
I should follow.
But
I think I follow him. But.
Yeah, but it's like
I never get to see my own because everybody send me so many. I'm like, I just want to scroll for my own stuff once in a while. By the time I look at my inbox, I got 50 good jokes. Okay, I go through them all. I'm done. I'm done.
I don't mind Pa.
Yeah.
I
love accents.
I like the strongman focus stuff. I think he's got some balanced takes.
Yeah.
But it's like there's just only so much content I can consume in a day.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Yeah.
So if I'm going to consume strongman content, it's probably going to be Lucas.
Well,
Just,
that's
like,
knowledge.
actual training
Yeah,
and
knowledge.
knowledge.
Yeah.
So, like, I like some of Hooper's content. Like,
I can't stand his voice. I just can't.
Well,
There's something
now
about
who's
his voice that's just kind of. I'm like, I just can't do it.
the dripping fakeness.
I don't know what it is about that guy. He just kind of drives me crazy.
The fact that he cheated on his wife with her best friend.
LHBK.
But I don't know. There's just honestly, pro strongman's been just a bloodbath the last 6 months.
Yeah, let's just bring it back to weights.
Yeah,
Can we just bring it back to weights?
Even the weights are crazy now because now you got like Worlds is Worlds up and running right now? Reno 1.
Come on. Holy. World's strongest man. Who's second and third?
Second was Tom, and third was Mitch.
Really, eh? Wow, knocked off the platform.
He's still on the podium.
Well, he's on.
Podium streak's alive,
Just two.
but
Yeah.
wow.
Didn't see that one coming.
No.
Did anybody get in the pool guess Reno for a win?
No. The only person who maybe would have been like that Matt Rhodes guy who's been predicting that Reno will be good.
Yep.
But I'm happy about that because that lends SCL a lot of credibility.
Yeah. Oh, he came from SCL, yeah. Really?
Wow.
Did Reno win the Stones too?
No, Tom would have won the
Tom.
Stones.
Yeah, Tom would win the
Tom would win the Stones.
That's what I was like. No, Tom's winning the Stones.
Just didn't have enough guys in between him to catch him. How many
Make a
points did he
point
win by?
spread. Yep.
Wow. So, now better.
Reno now.
Reno now, 2025, world's strongest man. I gotta make sure I get this so quick.
yeah,
now.
I was listening to I can't remember, it might have been Colin Bryce or somebody that was talking about SCL, and they literally make it not as heavy because it's feeding for all the other shows.
Mm-hmm.
They don't want people breaking. You know what I mean? They want people performing, training, but not breaking, which I do like. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
wow, that's foresight. You know what I mean?
You know what's gonna be interesting about this one now? You had 2 biceps tear.
Yep.
What's gonna happen to all those voices that were denouncing Brian Shaw if his show hurts less people?
Oh yeah.
Like, if no one blows a bicep on that tire flip,
Yeah.
and everyone was talking smack about it,
Yeah.
I think everyone owes Brian an apology.
Yep, for sure. Yep.
Honestly,
Yep.
those
So many
Cybertrucks.
people whining. Yep. Cybertrucks or something else, eh? Did you see that platform that they were on
Which?
for World's Strongest Man? That was like a raised platform with like, it was like made for, I'm guessing like a, similar to maybe a concert style platform. Cause it was all on, those Cybertrucks were on a platform that you could crawl underneath. It had teleposts and stuff, and it was all segmented, I guess, to raise it up.
What the heck?
Yeah, it looked weird, and I'm like, wow, that's strong, because the 2
is
Cybertrucks plus guys and these sandbags. Those sandbags weren't that heavy. They weren't. They just looked.
I honestly-
as soon as
I
he picked
think-
one up, I'm like, wow, that's got to be a 500-pound bag. And we looked it up, and they were like
330.
three something. Yeah.
I think that's probably why guys blew biceps though, because they were just thinking it's a light bag, and they just went boop. And
Yeah.
I know, like Evan Singleton posted that for sure the long head tendon is gone,
Wow.
so
That's surgery. Yep.
he'll be out for a while
Yep. That's too bad.
if he comes back. He says he'll come back, but
Oh, he always can come back. Guys come back from bicep surgeries with a stronger bicep
time.
than before.
all
Yep.
the time. So
Put a couple extra screws in it.
yeah, literally. So we'll see.
Screw the bottom half down. Put a couple of hose clamps around the top and bottom there. Let's go.
Yeah,
Titanium
So,
hose clamps.
but okay, well, yeah, I think we'll wrap it up there. Getting
I think
pretty
we're
long, and yeah, congratulations
Sorry we took so
to
long.
Reno now.
Yeah, congratulations, Reno Nell. Sorry we took so long. All the guys that were giving us hate because we didn't put out a new pod.
Yeah.
Where's the new pod? Where's the new
You had
pod?
a
Well,
long
here it
one.
is.
You had a nice long one. We'll do another one. Maybe we'll record another one later this week when we do a Trump poll or
Yeah.
something.
Keep liking us.
Figure it
Keep
out.
tagging us. Andrew won't let me in the Instagram, so you're talking to Andrew.
You specifically told me you didn't want to be.
We got to start making a couple of posts, maybe.
Yeah, I
Gotta
probably
make some
should
videos
post.
or
I'll make some
something.
posts.
We'll do
And
something.
Garrett, if you're gonna message, just message my page. Don't make me switch back and forth between the two. I don't care if you get notifications. That's your problem. But no, just message me, please. I'm sitting there. I'm having a conversation with him on one account, and then a conversation with him on another account. But just message me on the one, man. Like,
Yeah, he
come
shoots
on.
me his number. He has to text me. I'm like, how many platforms are we talking on here?
Yeah, no, you pick one. So I only text you or call you if you're ignoring me, and I'm like, I need an answer.
Yeah. And then I go back and look. Oh, he tried me on here. He tried me on here. He called. Okay.
It's like, oh, okay, that's on me. So,
You win.
okay, yeah, we're out of here. So,
All right.
Till next time, guys.
Love you. Bye.
Bye.
Yeah, baby.